I'm making another Weird Brains character. Because that's what I do best.
We
Oh,
are
we're
live
live.
right now. Yes, we are. We just went live. That's it. Right when
Hi.
you said you're making another weird character and went live. Like
Because
everybody
that's the
doesn't know
best.
that's exactly what you're going to do.
Hey,
Yeah.
I think I'm playing against type for.
You are
Oh, hey guys, I'm on a stream.
this person.
Who the fuck is this ginger above me?
What am I
That's
doing
not my
here?
normal ginger.
We have
okay,
two
the other
gingers
ginger
this
too.
time.
Double gin.
A quarter of, well, 2 out of 5. Quarter of the people here do not have a soul.
Well, and soon
Ironically enough, our characters are similar.
Yeah, I was gonna say soon our characters will not have much either.
True. Welcome and happy, pretty much as close to Halloween as we are going to get for our stream. We are taking a break from RuneQuest to play some Pine Island. Originally, Amber was going to DM this, but she's not feeling well. She's feeling a little under the weather, so get well, Amber. So the Forever DM curse instituted itself, and here I am again. But that's okay, because believe it or not, I actually know the rules to this game, because Rainey and I wrote it.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean,
Wah, wah.
we know the rules.
I mean, we didn't write the rules, but we wrote the game. And put it that way, because it is an
Right.
open source rule set that we use. Yeah.
Yes, but also I had not looked at it in a while, and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh,
Well, I've never allowed knowing or not knowing the rules to stop me from running any sort of game, as is evidenced by my work on this stream. And you know what? I said, I saw this great quote. I was watching a BattleTech stream because I'm a huge nerd. And yes, we did, Doc Void. And it was one of the guys who was like the guy who was like the head of BattleTech at Catalyst Studios. They were streaming a game and they fucked up a rule. And somebody was like, "How did you mess that up? You're like the main guy." And he's like, "Listen, nobody anywhere has ever played a game 100% right. Don't worry about it. Just play the game and have fun." And that is like the philosophy that you should live with, because it's the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. And also responding to Doc Void, we did play this last year because
Yes, we
we
did.
wrote it. It was, I think it was last year that it was part of a game jam that
It
we
was
did.
last summer. Yeah, last summer's
Last
game jam was like
summer.
July or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drive Through RPG's Pocket Jam 2022. Me and Christian wrote this game
Yep.
for that, but it has definitely got a spooky-ish vibe. So we decided to bring it back for a Halloween one-shot this year. And something we didn't think to do, but we did this year is this is a spooky kind of game, so we're making it free through Halloween. So go to Drive Through RPG, go to the Pine Island page, just go download it. You know, if you play it with your
It'll
friends.
probably be free after Halloween too, because I'll probably forget to change it back. So
Yeah, I mean,
you know, just,
you're not the
it'll
most
be free.
diligent.
It'll be free till I remember to change it back. So go for it. And if you do, play it and let us know what you think, because it's cool, and I think we've got a lot of cool ideas in there. So yeah, Pine Island is what we're going to be playing. Before we get started, Sarah, do you have any announcements? Because I have a couple things I want to talk about.
Do I have any announcements?
Well, you're like the main announcement person, so that's why I'm asking.
It's funny. I just do the outros. The only thing I was gonna think of was just content warnings for tonight.
I am going to do that. So I'll do that right now. Content warnings, because last time we played this, one of the beauties of Rainey's and I's design, because we're two very different people, is we can go anywhere from like Rainey's nice, cuddly, kind of like, ooh, spooky, great pumpkin, Charlie Brown kind of level,
I did
all the way up
Disney
to
movie.
what the level of Christian and Amber, which is going to be like, horrible. And I'm the one running this and driving it tonight, so I intend to deliver horror to you people. So trigger warning, RPGs are obviously, improvisational, so we don't know everything that's going to come up tonight. I will say that will be aspects of suicide, aspects of like execution, possibly some body horror, and we will be using like an X card, guys. So like if, I know you well enough that I don't think I'll go too far, but if I do, text me and we'll back it up.
For specific context, even though most of the time in Pine Island you're playing children, we are not.
Correct.
We are playing counselors who are all over 18. There will be no harm to children in this stream. Absolutely not.
Correct.
And
I would have gotten to that in a minute, but
sorry,
go ahead.
I just
go ahead,
wanted to
no,
get
that's
that
okay.
out ahead of time.
No, that's fine.
So just as a within the rules thing, I mean, it's in like the first page, but basically we recommend, summer camp stories run the gamut. This is definitely like a more horror leaning game, but in the game as we wrote it, we used a safety tool that's basically like give your story a rating, like a movie rating. So I would say mine that I ran last year is pretty PG.
Yeah.
Christian,
PG-13.
I think we're going hard R, right? Oh,
I don't know if we're going hard R, but we're
Maybe
definitely
X.
going R.
we're going
Yeah.
R.
I don't want to get canceled here, bro. All
Well,
right.
no. Here's the thing. It's R because we say fuck a certain amount of times.
Yeah,
You're
right.
fucking PG-13. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely
That's actually the rules.
go over that limit. We did just explaining it.
Yes, we did. So that's kind of like the content warnings of the game. We'll get back into character creation in a minute. More of a meta thing I want to talk about of the podcast and us in general is this week we crossed 10,000 all-time downloads on our podcast, which is fucking amazing. Considering like
Without feet pics.
7,500 of them were just this year. So that's like some exponential growth. Thank you all out there in listening land for listening to us and embracing us, except for the one state where we do not have a single download, which is the state of Wyoming, which I would like to say,
Wyoming.
fuck you, Wyoming.
No!
Because
Fucking Wyoming.
what the hell?
No!
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I bet you if I went out to Wyoming, I'd be like, I love it here. But I'm also a weird nature weirdo.
This camp should be in Yellowstone.
The problem is that Wyoming is literally like the American equivalent of Descartes' 12 cows in one bowl, and nobody actually lives there, so nobody's downloading our podcast there.
Christian, you got it backwards, buddy.
I said 12 cow. I did, didn't I?
You said
12 bulls.
12 cows.
12 bulls,
It's
one
12
cow.
bulls and one
Yeah.
cow.
12 bulls and one cow. Yeah.
A lot of meat there, boys.
I'm
lot
going
of
to
meat.
keep emphasizing that until it becomes canon.
A lot of meat on the hoof. How you feeling, Troy? Doc Void wants to know.
Good. I'm doing good. I just got back from the gym. Obviously, looking swole.
He's like,
So-
I just decided it's time I start redoing my 400 plus pound deadlifts.
Not yet. One more week, and then I'm
Right.
off my 25-pound restriction. So
That's great, man.
no better time for a PR.
Troy's
Yeah,
like,
buddy. Just arms just stay on the bar. Just No, I
Nice.
feel great, Doc. I'm back to work now on 24s, so that's good. But like I said, I'm still on a lifting restriction for another week, and then I'm going to kind of ease back up to where I was. So don't want to hurt myself. That doesn't do anybody any good. So
Truth.
Except in this game where we are absolutely going to hurt ourselves.
People are going to get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into Pine Island a little bit to go over the rules a little bit. And Pine Island, the way it's written and designed, is a summer camp horror game. Lots of great summer camp horror stories out there in the world. We have some ideas for different runs you can run. As Rainey said, all the way from PG-13 all the way up to R. It's based upon a system called Caltrip Core.
Mm-hmm.
Caltrip Core is really easy. You roll a 1d4. And if you roll a 1, you don't get your way. If you roll a 2, you still don't get your way. If you roll a 3, you get your way, but like something bad happens. And if you roll a 4, you're cool, you get your way. Everybody has stats. So within our campers, there are 4 stats. The stats are power, which is a measure of physical strength, willpower, and health. Speed, which is how speedy you are, a measure of speed, dexterity, and endurance. Brains, a measure of all things mental from book to street smarts. And weird, my favorite, a measure of your eccentricities from obscure knowledge, peculiar hobbies, strange obsessions, and all things gross. So everybody has those stats. You have numbers in those stats. So let's say you had a 2 in brains, you would roll 2d4 on a roll and take the highest roll. And that, in a nutshell, is basically the system. Did I miss something, Rainey?
No,
Yeah.
I think that's about it. If we ever roll 2 or more 4s on a roll, so like if you have
Yeah,
2,
that's right. You get a critical success.
it's a
Yeah.
critical success, which basically allows your allies to roll more dice. We have a limited teamwork pool, which was kind of like we didn't want anybody always jumping in and be like, I aid, I help my friend, I do whatever. So like basically we only get as many teamwork die as number of players, and then
So there will be 4 to start.
and you can refill it. If you get a crit, you can put 1 back in. Or I think a critical, it even says here, you can actually heal a damage if you crit.
Oh, nice. Good to
2
know.
damage.
Might come in handy for you guys.
Oh, is it 1?
Yep. So, all right. So to get started, I'll set the stage a little bit, then we're going to get into character creation. So all of y'all are adults. There will be no campers at this camp as we play this game, and there are no child characters. You're all adults who work at this camp. The camp is called Camp Renew. And it's not a traditional summer camp. If you've heard of these things, there are these camps that are basically like almost like reprogramming camps. It's part of what they call the wayward child industry in America. I don't know if they have it in Europe for our European listeners. They probably have a ton of them in Wyoming, but nobody ever comes to tell us. But
leave Wyoming alone, Jesus Christ.
No, and I'm going to rag on them until we get a download.
They're not going to download if you fucking do this.
No, that's not true because I made fun of the Canadians and they download our stuff.
The best joke was Kent in response to you being like, I'm going to make fun of Wyoming. And he was like, they'll never know.
So this camp, it's called the Wayward Child Industry. I only actually just learned about it in detail this week because I saw a video online. But if you have like a teenager who's like troubled, parents will like sign custody over to these camps and they actually like kidnap the kid legally and just truck them out to the middle of nowhere and basically like fucking reprogram them. It's like ridiculous. So that's what Camp Renew is. It's a camp for wayward teenage girls. Rich parents spend a lot of money to have their little princesses captured and sent out here to be reprogrammed out of whatever their bad behavior is to help them work on some issues. But realistically, it's not so much about helping with their issues as it is about getting them to behave correctly in society.
Christian, you just didn't want me to play a problem princess.
No, I did not.
And
so
you know what? I just want to do this one other thing. Couple shout outs for Pine Island from how we wrote it. Caltrop Core is by Lex Kim Bobrow.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Pronounced right. And two, if you get it, the art in it was done by Madeline England, who's
awesome and local
Rhode Island artist. And I found the little print I got from her at I think it was West Warwick Pride.
That was at West
Yes,
Warwick
it was.
Pride.
And I met her at, and I saw this.
2022.
I saw this right as we'd started like designing this game, and I was like, well, I'm gonna ask her to do it. So go to madelinej.art because that might still be a website she has.
I'm pretty sure it is because I'm still following her on Instagram. She has stuff.
Yeah, she's getting better and better. Like her stuff's awesome. Actually, it's really great.
Yeah.
I just put it in chat for anyone who is interested.
Look at us going.
Look at us plugging people left and right.
Yeah, her stuff is beautiful.
So that is those are the wonderful people that helped us with this stuff, and that is what Camp Renew is. So that's the sort of camp. So that being said, let's start designing some characters. I know we have some concepts. I don't know if we just want to go around, or Randy, if you want to give an overview of character creation beforehand, and then we'll just get into it.
Yeah, so character creation, we wanted to keep it. I mean, it's a short game. You know, we made it for a jam. We wanted to keep it simple and just kind of get you so you can like pick this up and just start going. So camper, or in this case, counselor creation, takes a few steps. It's easy for us because we are all the same age range. Normally, you can pick like young kids, middle-aged kids right before starting puberty, and then like teenagers. But we're all going to be playing counselors, 18 plus, young adults to adults. And basically, based on this age you choose, you get to add +1 to one of a few stats. You get to answer a few questions that basically form how you are approaching camp, like what you're excited about or what you dread about it. Like for teenagers, they're mostly like, I gotta go back to camp. Like I'm too cool and old for this. Counselors, we have to think about we're the responsible ones, even if we don't want to be, right? We want to make characters that can teach these kids something. And in the case of Christians, this camp that we've created, this, what do you call it? A reconditioning camp? This is terrible.
Camp Renew. Camp Renew is the name of it. But yeah, it's basically like they're basically like reprogramming or reconditioning. It's like a fucking legal gulag is basically what it is. Yeah.
So we're here to help these kids, no matter how, we go about that. So luckily for us, it's pretty easy. Basically, we like choose our name, our age. We all share the same ability because we are all part of the same age range, and that ability is Not on My Watch, which typically allows you to once per session willingly take the effects of a bad result from a younger player. But we got permission from Christian to basically we can, if we need to, take the hit for someone else in this crew because we're responsible. Then you choose a goal, and if you achieve that goal in the process of the session, you get a badge, which is basically a free +1 dice anytime. So we get to add. We all start with 1d4 in all 4 of our stats. Counselors, because we're older, get to add free +1 to any 2 stats. And then we get to add 3 more +1s across the board. So, so compared to what we played last time, we're actually going to be pretty powerful characters. Like our
Yeah,
D4 rolls.
Pretty competent. Yeah.
But Christian knows that, and Christian doesn't care, and we're all going to die probably. So
I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Because we have never had a TPK. TPK.
oh, dude, we should absolutely have a TV.
Oh, I'm not going to ever.
I'm gonna try.
Listen, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, right? We're
wanna be
playing the
Final
game to
Girl.
see what happens. Yeah.
And then at the end of that, we get to choose a piece of equipment, which again typically is kind of like for kids, right? Like, what's your cool thing that you have? But it makes sense for counselors too, right? Like, we're going away working this camp for an extended period of time. Like, what's the thing that you brought that identifies you? Or and we use it to give you some form of mechanical advantage. So does anybody have their character concept ready, or should I just start and kind of go through it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm replying to
Hi,
Jack. Go ahead.
Moonbeam.
Quite
Yeah.
all right.
Also, hi, Jazz.
Hey,
Hey,
Jazz.
Jess. TPK. Yeah. Excellent. Me and
Also, sorry, I'm going to interrupt real quick because we
Do
got
it.
subs. So, Gerbo the Druid, thank you so much for 7 months of resub. That is super
Wow.
fucking
Thank you
awesome.
so
We
much,
appreciate
Gerbo.
it.
Yeah.
And Maximum Nothing, thank you for 10 months of resub. Love you. You guys are fantastic. Also, quick little bitty update. For our subscribers, you'll notice we have a second emote now. I was able to get a version of our Detective 20 logo in the emotes, so you can spam our sweet little Detective 20 on any fucking Twitch chat you want.
nice.
I will.
Nice.
I'm gonna put him in chat right now. Cause ready? Look at him. Bam! He's beautiful.
Hey, look
yeah.
at him.
He's perfect.
Let's
Also,
keep the
your-
shout outs going. Shout out Rosso, my buddy that plays in my weekly game since forever, for a long time. He is a graphic designer artist who made Detective 20 for us. I'll share his art Instagram later if you guys want. He's
Hell
mostly
yeah.
painting minis and stuff now, but
Cool.
definitely, obviously, a capable.
Also,
graphic
a
designer.
couple little updates. Channel. I should have done speaking of the stream. I apparently had announcements. Our channel points are now DM bucks, and I've made a couple of changes and a couple of price increases. But there's a couple of new things, including my new favorite, the
Inflation.
69 button. You spend 69 points and it just says 69, and it's very satisfying.
That is
Hey.
on brand for us.
I
We
really
should
didn't
have the
enough-
68 too, you know.
Wow, it's
It's
68.
just like the 69, except you get me and I'll owe you one.
Sorry, my brain's too asexual for these jokes. Rainy, continue talking about character creation while I have to go through all of these 69.
So somebody clip that. No.
No!
Remember back in the day we were all about clip that. Anyway. So yeah, I'll just go through my character concept, which is going to sort of poach on apparently Troy's character concept, because we came up with these separately and came up with something very similar, which we're gingers, and so yeah. I'm playing Tevin. Tevin is a mid-20s health nut. He is all about all
Is it
things
Kevin
like,
or Tevin?
no, Tevin with a T.
Oh,
Kevin.
that's
Super
so,
douchey.
yeah, really.
Kevin. I have him at 26 years old, and he is a health nut, specifically running. His his special item is trail running shoes. And he kind of he has a mysterious past. My skills are in order: power 2, speed 3, brains 1, and weird 3. And why does he have that weird number 3? Well, that's because Tevin, when he was in his teens and early 20s, he had a rough patch. Some things that he doesn't like talking about and might come up. I don't know. But basically, he's got a mysterious, shady, dark past, and he runs from it, literally. Have an intrusive thought? Run from it. I mean, run. It'll help you clear your mind. And then he's always like, endorphins. Running releases endorphins, and endorphins make you feel good, feel better, be better.
Running high, runner's high. That's what they call that, right?
Just, yeah, runner's high.
I would not know. because
which is
I don't want
which
to
is
get high.
funny.
I'm so straight edge, so I can't run. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's the opposite kind of high I usually play.
So it's
Have you ever
not
gotten really
technically-
high and then run?
It's not technically off brand, Rainy. Yeah.
Right, exactly. In a way, we all come back around.
Speaking of drugs and exercise, man, I'll never forget that time that I got like a little bit drunk and then went and worked out with Mikey. Fuck, that was good.
I doubt it.
It was really good. We lifted fucking heavy. It was
Bud
just full of
heavy.
Mexican food and margaritas.
Bud
Oh,
heavy.
Those are some dangerous squats. All right, who's next?
I guess we're the fastest, so maybe
Sure.
we go first.
All right, sure.
Before I begin, though, I went downstairs and I thought I grabbed one of my special dice sets, and it's actually something that I ordered from Amazon, like, I don't know, 8 months ago that I forgot I ordered. It's like a set of like little tiny like knives and fucking axes.
God,
and
that's
shit,
awesome.
Dude,
That's
they're
awesome.
amazing.
I just thought it was a cute keychain, and then you pulled a tiny axe out, and it got so much better.
But you can put it on a keychain. Oh,
Troy, can
stoked.
you send me the link to where you
Yes.
got that?
Yes,
I need
will.
it for
They were only like
reasons.
$20 too. And there's a whole bunch of them. There's like 6 or 7 of them. Got a little sharpener.
Wasting
And it
money.
came
Send
with
me
the
link too,
carabiner.
Troy.
Dude,
Love it.
those are gonna be such fun gifts this Christmas.
Anyhow, sorry for the aside.
We're all nice
So-
people here.
My character's name is Pete Coast. Sounds kind of like a porn star name, but it's not. Pete is 19 years old.
What are
And
you
he's
doing at this
also-
camp for girls?
He is also an avid long distance runner. And I drew some inspiration from for my character from the real life long distance runner, Cliff Young. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Cliff Young, but he was this potato farmer who grew up in Australia, very poor, and his family owned sheep, and they lived on 2,000 acres of farmland. And if there was like bad weather or something coming in, he would have to go and get the sheep like manually, like without
Oh
a
shit.
vehicle. So he would just run these sheep down over a 2,000 fucking acre farm to like wrangle them up. And then one day he went to this big, huge race in Australia. It was like a 500 and something mile long race. And he's 62 years old and he shows up in his like shit kicking boots and overalls. And this motherfucker beat every single person in this race at 62 years old. He's like, I used to run for 3 days chasing sheep growing up. I figured what's 2 more days to run? He ran for 5 fucking days, guys, without stopping or
What the
sleeping.
fuck?
5 days.
Shit.
So that is where I drew my inspiration from Pete. He's like just a very nice, wholesome, really dumb, just farmer. Just good old farm boy that loves like ultra running. Like
You're
loves
both
it.
Someone, maybe
dumb
like someone
runners.
from Wyoming, possibly.
Yeah, it sounds very Wyoming.
Yes.
Hmm.
Cannon,
We're
I'm from
pandering.
Wyoming.
Lots of places to run. No
We're pandering
podcasts.
for this
no
one download.
No amazing indie RPG
And-
podcast
yeah.
to distract you from your running. Yeah.
So, Pete Coast, he's 19 years old. He is training right now for what's it called? The Badlands or Badwater? Badwater. It's a 135-mile race in like the fucking Death Valley. So
Damn.
it's like one of the hardest foot races in the world. So he's
Oh,
determined to enter this race. So yeah, that's about it. I have a really good pair of running shoes. That's my special item. Just like Rainy.
What?
Maybe I'm like a Brooks guy and you're like an Adidas guy or something.
It sounds like Rainy is more like you're like more of a long distance guy. Rainy is more of like a cross country guy.
Sprinter?
Sprinter.
No, I'm like the really really light fabric short shorts
Oh,
and
God.
like windbreaker jersey and
Your
like
track
God.
and field.
yeah, I'm like the guy who spent way too much money on the equipment just to go running.
There. Okay.
And
Makes
I'm
sense.
the guy that had to herd sheep.
Yeah, and you're the guy who
Going
did
up.
it in boots. So we are entirely different.
I'm
guys.
sorry.
Very
Troy, is this
different.
Liberace's cousin?
Had to chase them cows over 2,000 acres to get that milk. Oh fuck. Okay, yeah. So my stats then are gonna be 2 for power, 3 for speed, 1 for brains, and 2 for weird.
Okay.
And I'll say the weird comes from the farming background. I'm like really knowledgeable on like animal husbandry,
Sounds good.
which is weird. Wyoming.
Yeah.
Troy just made me realize that I added an unnecessary bonus stat. So I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
fix
trying to. Okay, so all your stats start at 1, and then you have 5 points to add to it.
Yeah, typically everybody gets 3. Typically anybody less than a counselor only gets 1 more. We get 2 more. So yeah, 5 across the board.
So we should. Oh wait, how did I do this math wrong?
Yeah, same. I only,
Oh,
Go,
actually,
go, go.
if we get 5 to add and we can only have up to 3,
Yep.
I'll do 3 power, 3 speed, 1 brains, 1 or 2 weird, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
You can, in theory, you could have 2 3s, a 2, and a 1.
Yep.
Okay,
2
I did my math
2
correctly.
3s, 1 1 1 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I did do it right. Okay, I did.
We all
Yeah.
panicked that we did our math wrong. Kent, please tell me you got your math right first try, buddy.
But to avoid
I did.
copyright infringement, I'll say
Thank
I
you.
was a sweet potato farmer.
No, we're bringing Ronnie into this. Killed Ronnie. You tried to
Yeah,
kill Ronnie's
you're not going to choke on him though, right? No.
No.
The
I
vast
know
sweet
how to
potato
eat sweet
farms of
potatoes.
Wyoming. Okay.
Oh God, such a good reference. I wish we streamed that, guys.
I wish we did too.
One of my
can
greatest
always go back.
regrets.
You can always go back.
It's true.
Sarah and or Kent.
I will go next, and I'm gonna keep the 1 brains train rolling here.
Dumbasses. I love it.
Mostly
Bunch of
because
dumbasses.
we're
We're camp counselors. Come on, guys.
Yeah, not known for our brains.
I put the 1 in brains because I am spent this week for thinking.
Sure.
So personally I was just like, I can't do more than a 1. But I'm playing Eli Cole. He is also 19. What he is doing here, he's just one of those kids that kind of needed a job, and hey, this one seems like it pays pretty well.
This camp is not in Wyoming if it pays well.
This Cape. I'll get into it. This is in New England, though, the camp. So, what
Near
do
a
you do?
farm in New
What do you think you
Hampshire.
do at the camp?
Eli, let's see.
Want to be in like maintenance, maybe?
I'm thinking, yeah, he
Okay.
might be just like one of those people he's good at picking things up and putting them down.
Aw.
Former junkie, grease monkey.
maintenance monkey. Okay. So what's this? So you probably should think about jobs. And so, I mean, Kevin is the oldest. He probably does do some sort of like health and exercise program for the girls. Like
I was gonna say we
Yeah.
do a morning run.
Mhm.
He also does brunch yoga. He does
oh God.
after afternoon maybe we like row. He does
Okay.
all like the rich white people sports.
Okay. So he's like one of those guys who like went I went backpacking in the Andes to find myself for a year after college. Like one of those guys.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
because of his strange past. This is all kind of an act. So he was more like I did the AT and lost 70 pounds kind of person. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And came back like oof.
Oof.
And what do you think? So what about Pete? What do you think Pete does? Other than farm and potatoes. Maybe Pete
If
does
there's
like some
animals,
sort of like
maybe Pete takes care of them.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Horses.
Maybe there. Let's
good
say
mental
we're going to
health, too.
say there's horses, and there's also like just like a full organic farm that Pete works on.
This
For
works
sure.
so well because like we are counselors to like spoiled rich people's daughters. Like you know what I mean? Like so
With
yeah, of course we have
depression.
horses and tennis courts and you know what I mean? Like we're doing rowing
Yeah.
and
All that stuff. Like, there's a sauna. There's all that shit is there. Yeah.
yeah.
I do
Alright,
like the
Sarah.
idea of Pete just showing up to running and just fucking killing everybody. And then Rainey's character's like, don't forget yoga, we got to stretch. I'm like, I got to farm some potatoes. I just go away. Sharpening my knife.
Sharpening my knife on stream. Sharky actually made a thing that said it would be illegal in Britain to have like that. So there's like such a. We're just gonna like look at us as violating your laws, Britain, just like it's 1776 all over again. All right,
Fishblade
Sal,
2?
what do you got?
Oh my god, that for Fishblade, yes. All right,
Every time,
so
I do want to say real quick.
Yep, go for
I
it.
every time I check the podcast downloads, I'm like, oh, what are people downloading today? You know what I mean? Like, and I do want to say to our fans, you guys are the best because I can't tell you how often. Like, even today, we were getting like Esterin, Modified Roles, Avatar. Like, our oldest series are still getting downloaded.
Aw.
Kid
Always
Society
makes me
got a download
happy.
today.
Yeah,
And like, I'm just so
My
glad people are
baby.
revisiting these because the whole point is we're trying to put games out there that people should know about, or if it's something that they're like, I'd love to play this, there's an example of it, right? That's why we're doing what we're doing. And I love that. But every time I see somebody who's downloaded Fishblade, I'm like, oh, this person has no idea what they just did.
I've been every time I'm like, it's like, oh, what do you guys do? Look at Fishblade. That's what I tell them.
That was the first stream a colleague of Amber and former colleague of mine. That was the first stream of ours she watched because Amber and I hyped it up to her so much on a downshift. She loved every minute of it.
Yeah. The beauty of games.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Someone needs to be the fucking brains of the operation, and unfortunately, it's me.
Thank you.
I'm playing a very Sarah character. I'm going full tropes tonight. So I'm playing Carrie Faye. She's 22. Carrie is in her final year of getting her bachelor's in nursing. And that is why she's here. The camp was like, we could pay a medic, or we could get a senior nursing student who needs money to help pay off her loans.
To be
So
fair, a nursing student in school probably still makes more than a paramedic. I'm not salty, you are.
So that's why Carrie is there. She's camp nurse. She's not great with kids. Because she's like not planning on going into pediatrics at all. But she's like, this'll help me make money between semesters.
And I would say that
Sure.
most of your clientele here isn't necessarily kids as much as it is like just really obnoxious. Catch me outside. How about that? 13 to 17-year-old
Exactly.
teenage girls. Yeah. So
That's fucking calling me out. I know.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
I said I was playing to type, okay?
yeah.
Okay. This party
I-
needs a brains.
I tried not to when I came back. I was like, can't be a nerd, can't be a stoner. And I was like, what's the opposite? Health
Jock.
nut.
It's high. It's still getting
Health
high
nut.
though, dude.
Goth
Yeah.
jock, yeah.
Goth jock.
Goth jock.
Ben was
Hashtag
tough
not a
jock, yeah,
goth.
so did I.
Yeah, so Carrie's stats are 2 power, 1 speed, 3 brains, 3 weird.
Nice.
And so she's a very rational person. But Carrie's really into ghosts.
She's
and,
a little
like,
new agey herself then.
A little
Okay.
new agey in that she listens to like a lot of ghost podcasts.
Obviously, those would not be available in Wyoming, but they are in New England. So, yeah.
And she's gone to like some haunted sites and stuff, and so she's heard some rumors that this place is a bit haunted. So her goal for the summer is to figure out if it actually is.
Yeah, so this is full time. So we would just the camp itself is a full time camp. So your goal for working here, we'll just call
Yes.
it that, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
all right.
just wants to find out if it is haunted
Sweet.
and like encounter a ghost.
Okay.
Which is also my justification for bringing these beauties back for round 2 of Pine Island.
Yeah, they worked
For-
so well last time.
But for audio only listeners, I am holding up my favorite deck of tarot cards, which I used in Pine Island, the original, and holy fucking shit, they accidentally fit the plot really well.
Yeah, they really did. They really
so
did.
I'm bringing them back.
So canonically, Carrie has her own tarot cards as well. Then
She
in
does,
game.
and it is. I'm saying it's this exact deck because these I have had for 15 years or so now. They are
Wow.
beat up, they are dingy, and I love them so much.
Cool.
So these are my babies.
That's
quick.
the majority of your life.
Not that it's super important. Should we come up with goals or
Yeah, we can if you want.
the ones that are listed are more if you're playing a counselor in a game
Yeah.
with kids, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
break through to a camper meaningfully, or like assert your authority. Like those are things we really can't do.
Mm.
So I guess you know what? This is an easy one, and I'm gonna give it to you, Christian, just to play with. My goal is gonna be you know, keep your past a secret. You know what I mean? I probably lied on my
Okay.
application to get in here. And there's, you know, I honestly don't even know what the spooky, creepy past of Tevin is, but it will
We'll
come
find
up.
out, hopefully. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. Keep your past a secret. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, we can just keep the goals like very, very free form.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah,
did with Carrie's.
yeah. So Carrie's is just find a ghost, right?
Find out if the place is haunted, meet the ghost.
What do you think, Kent?
Trying to think, because it's very much he's there to make money. Just plain and simple, he's like I need a summer gig. This did pay a lot. So I think
Troy.
damn it, Troy.
Oh god, this is the rare stream where all 5 of us watch chat, so we're gonna be fucking with each other all night, I think.
I just went into the Zoom and see Rainey's amazing comment.
Shit, Rainy.
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean,
I would
Rainey,
have to say,
you,
yeah, probably right, Rainey.
Have you seen the incredible film But I'm a Cheerleader?
No.
Fucking watch it. Oh my god.
Getting it down right now, but I'm a cheerleader. Okay.
Fucking watch it.
Okay.
I think Eli's goal is to not get fired, because with his general lack of thinking, he does end up causing more trouble than he can fix. But
Don't fuck it up.
don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck up. All right. America, don't fuck up. All right. What do you got, Pete?
Mine is going to be to bake the perfect sweet potato pie.
Fucking Troy. Okay.
What did you expect, Christian?
Uh-huh.
Just anytime there's downtime or a cutscene, we can always go to Pete just pulling this fucking burnt fucking sweet potato pie out of an oven and being like, God damn it.
Does he have
Bake the
a southern
perfect sweet
accent?
potato pie.
He's
I
from
don't know if
Wyoming,
people
but
from
has
Wyoming
is a
have
Wyoming
southern accents.
accent, which nobody
Has
knows
anyone
what that
ever
is.
seen a what person
Brokeback
from
Mountain.
Wyoming? Oh, is it? So it's like, I wish I could quit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I
Oh,
wish I could quit
Ain't
you.
Ain't
I got
no
nothing
boy
but this
movie.
spit for lube. All right. It's fucking hard out on that mountain, boys.
I was gonna go the opposite route of what Troy said, where he pulls out a burnt sweet potato pie, and he instead pulls out one where he forgot to mash the sweet potatoes, takes a bite, and chokes on it, like Ronnie Sloman.
It's just like a whole
Yeah.
potato in a pie dish. Okay. So
We're
I think
getting
that's enough to get
closer.
started. So again, just to quickly review for people who might have jumped on and joined us during that chaos of character creation. And this is, by the way, you can see us at our most chaotic in a one-shot if you haven't seen us play a one-shot before, because I just have a little bit of notes and I'm making the rest of it up as I go along, and no ideas of what the characters are going to be going into this or anything like that. So this will be either great or a complete disaster.
Now, this is us in our element.
This is our element. Usually we do rise to the occasion. So
We have our moments.
everybody works
Unlike-
at the camp.
Pete's pies.
Unlike Pete's Pies, Camp Renew is a very upscale. I'm just going to call it a re-education camp because that's what it is. Located in the northern woods of Maine, close to the border of Canada, way out yonder in the middle of nowhere. Basically, very rich people will pay staff. There's a corporate headquarters in Boston, we'll say. Staff is paid to kidnap these people, these girls, bring them up there. They have to like turn their shoes in at the nighttime so they can't run away and escape. And they're basically kept there. And, you guys are involved in like some holistic stuff and running and health. A lot of them come with, mostly it's behavior issues. It's not necessarily, like drug issues. That would have to be another sort of treatment thing. But you get mostly just like assholes as kids. But there are obviously people are assholes for a reason. Hurt people. There are people with a lot of problems in there too. Unfortunately, this company's main goal is really just like, we're going to teach your kid how to behave, as opposed to we're actually going to help them and find out what might be causing them to act out. So recently, it's late October for time frame reference. So woods are cold. There's color in the trees, beautiful, beautiful color, but it's also cold out there. And but recently, there's a tragedy has affected the camp. You had a student commit suicide. Alice was her name. She came to the camp. She was there for a very short period of time. You barely got to know her, maybe about a week, and she killed herself. And that has been a PR disaster. This is America, so we worry about PR. Corporate is doing damage control. The parents have gone to the news. It's become a thing in the story. In the news story. They're trying to get ahead of it, the corporation. And so camp has been closed. There are no campers there. And the plan is that they're going to bring some reporters in to do kind of like a completely whitewashed like walkthrough of it and be like, oh, this is what we do. So they can kind of control some of the PR. That's happening next week. This weekend, you guys are the skeleton crew that have been paid extra to stay here and get this place ready. So for whatever reason, Eli, we know why you were paid extra basically to do this. Your boss is Mitch. He's the head janitor. He's there with you, but he got you on. You're getting time and a half. There is also a human resources person from corporate by the name of Grady, who is going to be there. He's not there yet, but you all have stayed. Maybe we can go over what reasons you guys might have decided to stay on and do this. Let's start there.
Mine is simple. I can't go back. I can't.
Yeah, you have nowhere to go. Yeah. All right. Fair. What do you think about Connie? Connie probably just needs the cabbage too, huh?
Is it
Carrie?
Carrie. I'm sorry. I can't read my own writing. Yeah, Carrie.
Yeah, she also needs money. It's good. More things to pay off my loans.
And no kids to deal with. That's a win-win for Carrie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with people going to the nurse and lying saying they're hurt when they're not hurt. Like I did in high school.
You know what? It makes all the sense in the world too, right? Like there's a skeleton crew and like they just need someone up there for medical attention in case one of us gets hurt. And you're like, absolutely. And for you, you're like, I can explore this place without kids come and run into me, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
Win for Carrie.
Pretty much.
Now, I'm gonna say Pete's family sold their farm this year. So he's looking to he's not needed back at home. And he's looking to kind of just explore other avenues, I guess.
And this is an opportunity for him to just bake some sweet potato pies unmolested.
He's watching a lot of Great British Baking Show.
Totally.
Oh, dude. Oh, fuck my heart. I love that show.
New episode today.
Yep. I watched the third one last night.
Sorry. So those are your reasons. So we'll say that was like the suicide happened like last week. This week was kind of like getting all the people who are there organized and back to their families, or possibly transferred to other Renew Corp camps throughout the country, where they'll be, their education will be continued. So it's been a busy week as is for you guys. We're going to call it late Friday afternoon. Grady from your HR has not arrived yet. But you guys just have a minute. You've just got the last camper off, and last van load of campers off, and it's just the main crew who are staying, which is the four of you and Mitch, the head maintenance, we'll call him. And so the last van drives off. Call it mid-afternoon. Oh, says Mitch. It's a fucking nightmare, is what it is.
Yeah. What are they? What are we supposed to be cleaning first?
I mean, the human resources dickhead from corporate will be here soon, and he'll tell us what to do, I guess.
Cool.
I mean, I already cleaned up where she.
Yep.
You know, but she hung herself. But
I was there. I know.
that was Christian adding that detail
Okay.
because,
Sorry. Yeah.
like when
I
it's a
presume-
podcast, they're not going to be able to see me make a pretend rope around my neck.
I
So yeah.
presume Carrie had to be there.
Oh
as
yeah,
medical
sure. Carrie was,
staff, so.
Yeah. So they'll be here in a minute, but I don't know. I guess we got some time.
Well, hopefully they get here in the next 45 minutes. My sweet potato pie's been in for an hour and it should be done by then.
Yeah.
Have you done a quick Google search? Does it take an hour and 45 minutes? That seems a bit excessive.
I don't think so. That's what it takes to cook Thanksgiving turkeys.
I think Tevin even says that to you, and you're just like, you might want to cut that down. It seems like a bit long to be baking anything.
Want to get a nice golden brown on the edges.
Yeah, I'll be in my shed, says Mitch, and he just walks away.
Can we actually, can we just get a rundown of basically what the grounds look like here, right? So I assume like it's not cabins like a typical, or is it like?
Yes, I'm going to say there are cabins. I'm going to say because this is upscale, they're really nice cabins. Like
Yeah, right.
really nice, like floor to ceiling glass, looking out on the woods, like the back.
Yeah, they're
I'm
like-
gonna say they're probably in like a circle around like a central building, an area where there's like a health club and food and all that kind of stuff.
They're like the $400,000 tiny houses that come like
Yeah, exactly. Or like when you see like glamping online, it's like those sorts of places. Other than that, though, I will say that like there's local, like a LAN, right? Local internet, but like connectivity outside is not. It's only in the main office to keep people like isolated. And there are like pretty good security as far as like motion detector lights and cams and stuff, but no fences. It's just woods and logging roads to get here. So it's like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Okay.
And then as we go, we can just make up details. So if you're like, I want to go to the indoor pool, like, yeah, if it makes sense to be there, it'll be there. That's fine with me. Yeah.
We have an infinity pool overlooking the Rocco.
Fine with me. Yeah.
It is a rich person camp.
That's right.
So what is left for us to clean? Like, obviously Eli
The stables.
has been doing this probably with Mitch, and Harry was present for time of death. Well, you know what I mean, like her getting taken away, and we've cleared this place.
Yep.
So I guess Tevin kind of just looks at everybody and just says like he looks at everybody and he's just like, I think this is a great time to meditate and think about what's important and what we can do to really just greet everybody coming to us with the most the most positive face we can put forward for this camp. Who's in? Who wants to meditate with me?
I think I just spit a massive wad of just fucking chaw on the ground. Just it's like a double horseshoe of Copenhagen in my mouth right now.
Just right on the stamped concrete. It's just like
Yes, literally, yes. I don't know about no meditating, Tevin. Them stalls go get shoveled.
How about, and you know what, Tevin is desperate so bad. He's just like, he goes, I'm so glad you have your priorities and your goals set. That's so great, Pete. Do you need a hand?
You can grab a shovel if you'd
Eli,
like.
would you like to? Not me. Like, immediately goes, Eli, would you help Pete with the stables, please?
I think I'm gonna join you in the meditation.
Oh, you know what? That's great. So Pete, you catch up with us. Me and Eli are gonna go do some deep breathing exercises. Really work on our chakras.
You
Pete's-
think it'll take about 45 minutes? Check on my pie. Carrie, you want to check on my pie? 45.
You know what? Yeah, I'll go sit in the warm kitchen by the nice warm stove and exist until Grady gets here to spew his bullshit at us. I'll keep an eye on the pie.
Excellent. Okay. I just turn around and start walking to the stables.
Carrie just shakes her head and just turns and walks to the main building.
I think just for a great moment too.
yeah.
I think Tevin looks at Eli and he's like, "Great. Do you want to?" And Eli, feel free to just walk away. Just walk away from Tevin.
So I've got Eli and Tevin meditating, Pete in the stables, and Carrie on her own in the kitchen, and Mitch off
With
somewhere.
the pie.
Excellent. Split the party right away. Who wants to go first?
Despite having a 3 for speed, I'm in no hurry to get to the stables. I'm walking at that southern Wyoming pace, whatever that looks like. Nobody knows.
Wyoming's that southern.
Ambling.
Right.
Yeah.
Carrie's probably the easiest. We can start with her because she's literally.
We're gonna do you last, as a matter of fact. I have got an idea. So we're gonna start with we'll start with Tevin and Eli. So where do you guys go to meditate?
The stables.
No, I think
If you want to be outside, I have an idea that there's probably like a false stream, like a man-made stream, like somewhere with like a waterfall and like in that whole outdoor seated place that's probably like has those outdoor heaters for this time of year.
like the tall ones.
Yeah,
Right?
the tall ones. Yeah.
I think I think Tevin knows he's not going to get Eli to follow him like on a trail run to a place that he prefers to meditate on his own. So yeah, he takes him to like the place that he takes the girls to do like 15-20 minute, just deep breathing sessions.
Like, chakra realignments and just
exactly. You know what I mean? Like basically he talks to them about like each of their chakras and realigning and all this stuff and balancing. And like he just spews a bunch of stuff that like he looked up online one time. But yeah, so we go to this little area that is absolutely, like you said, like it's all like perfectly landscaped stones and a little fake like infinity waterfall, right? Like into a little pond that's got some koi in it, and it goes back up and it just kind of like babbling brooks over these stones. And there are like these heaters that are kind of hidden in things that look like fake trees or something like that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah,
it's literally like
it's outside, but it's also as fake and bougie as it could possibly be. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's really like it qualifies as outside because there's like not a roof. That's really about it. Yeah. Exactly. It's as close to nature as you're getting. Okay. I like it. All right. So yeah, so you get in there and, the stream is running and everything's like, peaceful. There's a switch you can hit to like pipe in from the hidden speakers, like the nice, music and everything if you want. But, proceed. What happens?
So basically I just look at Eli and I say like, I'm so glad you're here. Like I think that it's really important that we foster really meaningful relationships, not only between ourselves and the campers, to help them become better people. And he starts rambling all this stuff, completely the opposite of meditation.
Yep.
And then eventually just like turns on some like real new age music, and just says, "All right, well, Eli, if you'll just sit with me, what we're going to do is we're going to look out over this beautiful. What's like? Obviously, they've built this to like look at something." Is there like
so we'll say it's built to look out. It's built on a part of the camp where the ground they've leveled the camp, but the ground wasn't originally leveled there. So this is like on a back end where there's like there's like a maybe like it's a hill that just goes straight down, and they've made it like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's overlooking the woods. Yeah, basically, If it was like, it could be like the top of a plateau, maybe, but if it was like natural, but it's not.
All right.
And it's overlooking these deep woods, pine out on this side. So it's like deep and it's mid-afternoon and the wind is gently blowing through the pines. And
So I would mostly just kind of like we would start, and I'd say like, well, first we're going to close our eyes. We're going to just, get into a nice central, kind of get your weight just right in the middle of your body. Just get comfortable. And I start saying, and then we take a few deep breaths, and then I say, open your eyes and take in what's before you.
You open your eyes, and Eli is just flat on his back, snoring away.
He is very good at breathing. He is really.
So
Yeah,
Eli's asleep. Rainy, if Tevin wants to actually meditate,
yeah,
I don't know if we want to call it a brains or a weird roll. I'll leave that up to you.
I think it's a weird role. I think it's a weird
that's fine. Yeah.
And yeah, basically I kind of like look, and I kind of like tunnel vision. I look, and it's almost like corners of the vision blur, and I like focus on. You ever see like nature documentaries where basically they do like a time lapse of like a mushroom kind of like coming up and then like falling apart, and then like that good David Attenborough shit. Basically I just kind of like Tevin kind of like does that, and what he thinks is like a 15-minute session, he always comes out of it and he's like, where the fuck have I been? Like, what is going on? So that's why I think there's like a little bit of a weird to it.
Sure.
See what happens.
That can definitely happen when you meditate for real too, if anyone's ever actually meditated.
Oh yeah. If you get deep enough, you can totally all right, I only got a 3. So
okay, so 3 is succeed with a so basically with the rules, 1 we roll 1d4. He actually rolled 3d4 because he's a 3 weird. A 1 is you don't get what you want, fuck you. 2 is you still don't get what you want, but it's not quite as bad. You just don't get what you want, there isn't any adverse consequence to it. 3 is you get what you want with some adverse consequence, so it's you don't get entirely what you want. And 4 is like full on success. In this instance, it would be like meditating bliss. So you hyper focus on what do you hyper focus on?
I don't know. I think that maybe there's like a fog. It's late. It's autumn, right? We're talking this time of year.
So when you're looking out too, it's like these are hills that you're up in. So there are hollows as we call them here, in hollows, and and so there's some fog starting to.
Right, it kind of like winds its way through the forest,
so maybe,
and I kind of
you're looking at a nice foggy lowland out there, and kind of watching that fog. And maybe we'll say actually too that there seems to be a storm rolling in. That's a nice thing to like a rainstorm coming in is a nice thing to watch when you're meditating.
I think and I think that's what kind of snaps them out of it is that like we get like you get that really new age music montage scene of like fog rolling and kind of like spinning over the tops of pine trees, and then a cold front comes in and we just see the goose pimples. You know what I mean? Like
so no. You did.
Oh,
did you just say fucking goose pimples?
Yeah, there's a British person in the audience, so I was like, I don't know why my brain went there.
It's goosebumps, you fucking dweeb.
That's what they call them.
Really?
Anyway, yes.
Sorry.
Different things are called different things, and over yonder, across the pond,
in Wyoming,
like freedom is called Wyoming. Taxation.
Who knows what they call? Who knows what they call anything in Wyoming? Because nobody's ever heard from them. So
sorry, Christian, I didn't mean to step on your narrative toes. By all means.
That's okay. No. So you done rolled a 3, which means you don't get everything you want, my friend. So you begin like the gentle snoring of Eli aids your meditation with the new age music, and you watch this fog roll in, and you're just like, you close your eyes and you're just drifting off. And as you do, you even can feel the dampness in the breeze as it's starting to blow in you. But then all of a sudden, there's a whisper in your ear.
What did it say?
Leave. Whispered right in your ear.
Yeah.
And you like kind of snaps you out of it, and you're like, did I hear that? What the fuck happened?
Is Eli still there?
He's still there snoring, but we're leaving you now. Pete, you head on yonder to the stables. What do? You mosey over like someone from Wyoming.
Yep.
Without a care in the world.
Grab the shit shovel.
One of the greatest indie RPG podcasts in the world. And you head on over and grab a shovel and tell me about it.
Yeah. So, go ahead and put my Walkman on, which is like 15 years old. And actually, you know what? It's a fucking, what do they call those? iPods? Do they even have those anymore?
It's a Zune. It's a Zune.
A Zune. Yeah, he's definitely a Zune guy. That was the latest and greatest in Wyoming.
Zune just came out in Wyoming.
Fuck we're talking about.
Sarah's like 15, so she has no
Oh.
idea that Microsoft tried to make an iPod competitor called a Zune. And it did not do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've literally never heard of this.
Also,
I
iPods
think-
are not even things anymore. So people
No,
are
they're
probably
not.
like, what's
Yeah.
an iPod?
Right.
So I
Walkmans
pull out my
funnily
handy dandy Zune,
are coming back.
and I'm gonna set it to the Great British Bake Off. Just
Okay.
listen to it, because that's a weird show to just listen
so they
to,
do
right?
get that
Like, how do you just
podcast in
listen to
Wyoming.
that?
Okay, go on.
That's I feel like so much of it is the visual, but it's okay.
True.
So I'm listening to the Great British Bake Off, and I grab my shit shovel and I go into the stall, and I feel like I kind of make an effort to like say hi to each of the horses, whatever their names are. I know them. Start shoveling, and once I get done shoveling and mucking the stables, I'll kind of brush the horses down, brush them down for the evening, make sure they got food and water. And I'm keeping an eye on my watch because I only got 45 minutes left on that pie.
So you're a shoveling, and as you're shoveling, that's probably a power roll. I would say, give me this. This is some backbreaking labor here, man. Let's see how you do.
I mean, could be endurance, but my speed and my power are the same.
Power could be either one. So yeah.
Okay. I'm going to grab my beautiful Labradorite D4. Amazing. Compliments
Must
of Christian.
be a really
Thank
awesome
you.
guy who got you that. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Compliments of Christian, the Archlich. And if,
Some of that
sorry,
Archlich money,
if
some of
I-
that
Thanks
treasure.
for the back pain for my birthday, Christian.
You're welcome. Thank you for the relief, Rainey.
if I've got a 3, that means I roll 4 dice, right?
Yeah, if you got a 3, you roll 3d4. Yeah.
Oh, if I roll 3, I roll 3 dice. Okay.
Yeah. If you've got a speed 3 or a power 3 or whatever it is, you roll 3 of whatever you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 4, a 3, and a 2.
Oh, so you shovel that shit, man, and you do a great job, and you get done just in time to head back to check on your pie. Conveniently, we'll switch back to Carrie. What are you doing hanging out in the kitchen, Carrie?
Well, she was just kicking her legs back for a while, but I figured if it'd be thematic, since she had some alone time, she's like, fuck it. Do a little reading. I also presumed that was what you were implying when you're like, we'll come to you last. I was like, oh, I'll do the spooky thing.
That's absolutely great.
And I have been shuffling. So, and I will shuffle on camera so chat knows I'm not being a cheaty bastard. Yeah, so she's just chilling. She's got like she just sees the pie. She's like, just kicking her
Pretty
feet
good.
up. Respect.
And why don't you draw us a card? Let's see what we get here.
All right.
Instead of rolling, we'll determine what happens based upon the tarot card we draw.
I was about to say that, Christian just played a card-based RPG that dropped today, but it wasn't tarot cards. It was just
It wasn't. It was regular cards. Yeah.
All right. I've got my little book because I still don't know all of them. The 6 of Cups, which is, I don't know how well it'll show on camera, but it's one of the safe for work cards, so I can show it.
I think we're good on this.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's organized by number, not... Okay, interesting. So, the general interpretation for 6 of Cups is actually, hilariously, spiritual uplifting, devotion, and love of life. So do you want me to say how she interprets it? Do you want to?
Can you just hold up the picture of your card again, please?
I can.
So it's just light pouring
Is
on
that a
all sorts of
tree?
cups, and there's a
Light
tree in the
pouring into
background.
cups with a tree in the background.
Okay, that's really cool. Okay, all
And
right, cool.
the cups are all being held up by people.
Could those
Excellent.
be the people that are still here? Drinketh from the cup?
So you're doing this reading, and you lay out the card, and it's a 6 of Cups, and as you interpret that as spiritual renewal.
Which she
And-
actually laughs at. having just rejected a meditation session.
Correct. And also, though, you find that your thoughts, you can't help thinking of like the irony of spiritual renewal because this is camp renewal. And there's a bitter irony here because like nobody's really getting renewed here.
No.
Particularly poor Alice. And as you're thinking that, you're just kind of sitting there and you're looking. This is a big industrial kitchen, so it has like everything's like stainless steel, and there's some nice pots and like the pans are like hanging up, very nice polished pans. And you look up and you see a figure behind you walk past one of the pans.
She'll kind of just sit up, glance over her shoulder.
You think you see leaving, like a blonde ponytail, white sweatpants and sweatshirt, which is a Camp Renew uniform. Looks like it could have been Alice.
She wants my pie.
She'll, put her cards back on the table and kind of get up and just walk out of the room and just kind of do a peek around to see if she can see anyone.
Nobody's there, but just as you peek around, Pete shows up to check on his pie.
Hey, Carrie, how's the pie looking?
Smells good. I don't really know what looks good as a pie, so I didn't touch it or anything. So
Perfect. You can't peek at perfection. I'm gonna slowly cross my fingers, and then I put some oven mitts on, safety first, tie a little apron on, and I open up the oven to go grab my pie.
So what would a good
type
cook
of-
roll? A cook roll, I guess, would be brains, huh?
Probably.
Roll me brains. Something you're bad at.
Got a 3.
Okay.
that's not bad.
That's good. That's good. So it's mostly cooked to perfection, just a little bit burnt.
Could use a little more sugar. And I think I kept it in the oven just a tad too long. And then I realized as I'm eating the first piece of pie that I was saving this pie for the HR person coming by. And now it's too late. So now I offer a piece to you, Carrie, of my sweet potato pie. It's not perfect, but I'm getting there.
I'll have a little slice, sure. Why not?
Made with local sourced sweet potatoes right in this garden.
How big is that thing anyway? I haven't been over there.
It's coming along okay.
Well, that's good.
It's probably
the
less of
soil
a
up here
garden.
is not great.
Yeah, it's probably less of a garden, more of like a hydroponic center.
Right.
Yeah, I will say that they actually have like a
Greenhouse.
indoor. Yes, thank you.
It's a vertical
greenhouse.
gardening, like full on,
Living with the land Disney ride bullshit.
Yep.
insanely
Man.
expensive.
So as you realize like you were saving this for the guy, all of you hear a car pull up.
Oh, well. Carrie will grab her tarot cards, pop them back in their case, shove it in her pocket. That's probably Grady.
And
I go.
I will say Rainey's not here, but and Eli and you wake up, you hear the car, you hear honking actually.
So Eli
Go ahead.
will sit up or shoot up from that laying position, and he's just like, did I do it right? And he'll just like that Rainey's here.
I know. We'll wait for Rainey to come back.
Yeah.
It's just embarrassing. Yeah, no, Freiburg Fair is this big fair in Maine, and it's really cool. But they also have a really good like flea market section. And I was there once, and this guy had this table of like all sorts of stuff, including rifles. And so I was like looking at the rifle, and the guy's like, "Oh, you want to buy that?" And I was like, "But don't I need like what? Isn't there like a process?" And he's like, "Nah, I just need to see your driver's license, check you, make sure you're over 18.
America.
Nice.
America.
America.
Yeah.
I once bought
Healthcare, fuck you. Guns, all right.
I once bought a display sword on the side of a road for $15.
That's hilarious.
Nice. That's awesome.
I wasn't even close to 18.
I love Maine. Anyway, I wouldn't want to
No,
live
this
there,
was Rhode
but I mean,
Island.
yeah, well, that's
Maine is great.
Yeah.
yeah. Maine is really cool. So, but they do love their guns, which adds to the coolness. So Rainey, as I was saying, as they check their pie, simultaneously you all hear a car like pull up and honking like outside in the center of the area, the center
Oh.
of the camp. It's a big, I picture like a circle, and in the circle there's like a roundabout because it's Maine. So you drive in there, and it's like you can park your cars there and stuff.
Absolutely.
It looks nice for drop off, and then there's a place in the back where you take them out to like a shed. Yeah.
Eli, when he heard the honking, or when the honking happened, Eli shot up, and he just kind of like that zoned out, fresh sleep type of thing, and he just looks to Tevin, and he's like, "Did I do it right?"
Absolutely. You were fantastic. Your breathing went so deep. You were at full peace with yourself. That's the most important thing.
I felt it. Also, I think there's a rock in my back.
Best go see what that's about, I guess.
Yeah, sounds like Grady's here.
Yep, Carrie heads on out, presumably with Pete and a pie in tow.
So you all get there. I'll say
Actually,
at the
Pete
same
hides
time.
the pie in a cabinet. He goes, "Gotta hide the evidence," and just sticks this half-eaten pie in a random cabinet.
Half eaten. How small is this pie?
I just ate a big piece.
It's
Okay.
literally just a sweet potato that he put in a pie crust.
So you walk
Single
out,
serve.
and you see a rented Jeep, very obviously rented, very
clean.
dusty
Oh.
because it had to come back. It had to come up logging roads to get here. There's no good
Oh,
way to
yeah.
get here. So it's dusty and beaten up. But outside, like talking, like kind of wandering around, talking on his cell phone. Like, no, I'm running out of signal. Hold on, and like trying to get a good signal is a guy in like too tight khakis. Like very tight khakis and like a polo shirt with the corporate logo of Renew Corp on it,
I hate
and a
him
little
already.
like little windbreaker, and he's got like the leather messenger bag like slung over, and
Wait,
he's just
Christian,
yes,
it's Basil from Horror Store at the beginning of the book.
yes, basically yes.
I can't believe that the guy who wrote that is the guy who I just read my October spooky book of the month, which is all about
How to Sell a Haunted House?
how to sell a haunted house. Yeah, puppets.
Fucking love Grady Hendrix. The boy.
So yeah, he's like, I'm here. Hold on, all right, I'm losing you. All right, I'll call you back. Oh, hey,
Hi.
you guys must be Grady Hendrix. Nice to meet you. Grady
Oh my
Hendrix.
God, Christian.
Nice to meet you. I just stole the last name. Grady
Kevin-
Hendrix. Nice to meet you.
Kevin is very emphatically like, so great for you to be here. We've been cleansing this place. Spiritually, we've been just trying to really, find the good energy and bring it back into this place.
Yeah, I mean that is exactly the sort of attitude we're going to need, because we have basically 2 days to get this place looking like tip top, ship shape before the reporters come in, and we want to present our best face to the world, because we do not want Renew Corp shareholders to lose value. Am I right? Am I right? Of course I'm right.
I thought we had a week.
Oh no, they'll be here Monday, honey.
Oh okay. I'm Carrie, by the way. I'm nurse.
Oh, the nurse. Oh, you must have like seen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He like pets you on the arm in a very disingenuous way.
Yep. She knows.
And
Fucker.
you are gets to Eli.
I am Eli Cole. I'm the assistant maintenance.
Assistant to the maintenance manager, first assistant.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Nice to meet you. Where is the maintenance? I'm right here. Oh, hello, Mitch. Right, Grady. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Carrie
And-
likes Mitch. She
and you
thinks he's
are-
cool.
And he turns to you, Pete. And you are?
Pete Coast. Nice to meet you, sir. I shake his hand fucking firm.
He's like kind of like holds his hand a little bit afterwards and looks at you and is like, yeah.
Clean. I just baked.
No,
clean.
that's a firm handshake you have there, Pete.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
Right.
nice to meet you. Where did you grow up?
Little town in Wyoming.
Never heard of it. Okay, let's go inside.
Or Wyoming. What the
After
fuck?
you.
This is what happens. It's
Yeah,
Canada.
let's all huddle up inside and kind of, get me updated on the sitch here. Let me know what's happening locally, and we can formulate a plan going forward.
This hurts me physically.
We go into the only building that has internet, as you said, right? Like the one
This
that's
is the main
hardwired.
building,
The
yeah.
main office, yeah, the main office.
Definitely, it's like it's definitely like those not a real log cabin. It's like a rich person's.
It's a rich person's idea of like what a log cabin should be like. Yeah, exactly.
Too much glass.
Yeah, all glass is basically what it is.
Fiberglass instead of wood.
Just all exposed beams everywhere. Just
Yep.
like absolutely,
Open concept.
And obviously
fireplace is
Grady
electric.
loves this because
Right in
Grady
the
hangs out on those pubs where it's just like all exposed bricks and piping and like a fucking metal stool and you pay $40 for a hamburger. So this is Grady's element right here. So it's like, okay, everything looks wonderful here, just as it should. Let's sit by the fireplace. This is nice. And he just presses the button and it has
Gas.
it's a gas fireplace, just poofs right up. Everything's fucking fake here. And yeah.
Oh, this is such a good setting for like, oh shit, something terrible's gonna happen. And nobody should feel bad about it.
I'm only gonna feel bad about Mitch.
Yeah.
Man
Well,
doesn't
and
fucking
Alan.
deserve it. Now, my mental vision of Mitch,
Yep.
late 50s, early 60s, graying half mullet,
Oh yeah,
5
absolutely.
o'clock shadow
Yeah.
permanently,
Mhm.
just like cool almost grandpa.
Yeah, Mitch is like a Mainer too. Like he's like just got a job here because this is like what's in town. And yeah,
I just imagined you guys know the big guy from Letterkenny? And that's what I appreciate about you.
Yep.
That's what I
Yes.
imagined Mitch to be.
What's his name?
His name is Dan in the show.
Squirrely, yeah, Dan.
Whirly Dan.
It's Trevor K.
Oh.
Wilson is his name.
Okay, yeah.
Hilarious
yeah.
stand-up.
I know who you're talking about.
Absolutely, I see these.
I wish I
vibes.
could think of those people, but I think of Mitch McConnell. So
oh
That's
god,
unfortunate.
that's
no.
very
I
unfortunate.
know.
Yeah,
I
Mitch
know.
is just
I
like
hope
all
he
of a sudden,
dies.
all of a sudden, Mitch is just like,
No.
But freezes up.
has a stroke.
Would have been way better going Mitch Hedberg if we were gonna.
Mitch,
comic
do you
that.
do you want to
yeah,
go back
Mitch
to your
Hedberg.
office now, Mitch? Okay. Okay, can you see your leaders suffer elder abuse live on TV? So yeah, Grady is like, well, everything looks shipshape here. Thank you all for staying on. I know it was very unpleasant circumstances. Thank you for your hard work getting our other guests home. As you know, at Renew Corp, our first priority is always the comfort, safety, and health of all of our guests. So it is a great, great tragedy that one of our guests left us.
Yes.
Guests.
Do you mean the one that died?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, I
Just
do, Pete.
Wanted to. Didn't
Thank
want
you
to
for
get confused.
contributing. No, I understand. I appreciate that. Thank you for your involvement. So, over the weekend, we're going to have not a lot of time because it's a big facility. But what we want to do is really, as I said before, present Renew Corp and our camp in the best possible light for the reporters we're going to be coming in, because we don't want shareholder value to be affected here.
What if we said left us permanently? That way, it's not as abrasive as died, but it still clears the confusion.
I will pass that on to our PR team. Thank you, Pete. I think they're handling the language that they're using. But again, that's very
Perfect.
helpful. Thank you for your input. I appreciate it. I will run it up the flagpole and see what happens.
Roger that.
Does anyone else have anything they would want to say? Or yes. Caleb?
Tevin.
Oh, Tevin. Yes, I'm sorry.
Tevin.
It'll take me a little while. Kevin? No, Tevin?
With a T.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. But what is it, Tevin?
I think that the best thing we can do is talk about just how how beautiful Alice was, what kind of a shining star she was here in our community, and just really celebrate the wonderful young woman she was, and just maybe use it to spin the importance of what we do here. These
I like what you're saying now, where you're going with that, because
personally, Rainey feels terrible about even just saying that.
Where we're going with it is, a matter of fact, that's exactly what we want to do. We want to tell the story of what we do here. Unfortunately, our story can't reach everyone. I think the story that PR is working on right now is that Alice was very troubled when she came here already. But we do wonderful work for everybody else that comes here. That's really the story that we want to say here. We don't want what happened to Alice or what Alice chose to do to reflect poorly on everything else that we do here that's good.
I personally have seen some really, really transcendental spiritual growth out of some of these young women.
That's wonderful. Maybe you and I can talk later, and if it works, maybe we can get you on camera with some of the reporters to tell those stories.
Kevin just gets so excited. He's like, "That would be yes. I will absolutely just." Sounds great, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Well, I have got a treat in my Jeep. Might be a little cold, but I know there's a good oven and kitchen here. But I bought some pizza, so we can have a pizza party tonight to start the night.
Sorry, your camper killed herself. Here's some pizza.
The corporate solution to everything. Please don't form a union. Here's some pepperoni.
From Chicago, it's deep dish.
Oh, you know what? They actually fucking did. Yeah, it is actually.
But it's actually Chicago, like Uno Pizzeria, but it's just one from Chicago. So it's like the shittiest possible rendition.
No, it's from the Chicago airport.
Yeah.
There you go. So he has deep dish.
Confirm. Have had Chicago deep dish pizza from the Chicago airport, and it is mediocre at best.
That's what you get. That's what you get. Mediocre deep dish pizza. But he's like, it's actually flown in from Chicago, so it does need to be heated up a little bit, but it's cold. But if you don't mind, Pete, heating that up in the oven, and we'll just crack open some water bottles and some juice and wait for you.
Pete freezes like Mitch McConnell, thinking about his sweet potato pie that he left in the kitchen.
How long should I put him in?
I think there are instructions in there. Yeah,
hour 45.
Hour 45 minutes. Jesus Christ.
All right. Pete's going to try to read this box. Put the pizza in correctly.
It tells you to bake it at 450 for 30 minutes. Sounds
Does
about
it
right.
say to take it out of the box?
Yes.
Pete's from Wyoming. He can't read.
I was going to say, is Pete illiterate?
It actually has pictures. So
He's close. The pictures do help.
Do you want to roll the brains to see how you do on the pizza?
I won't this time.
Okay.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
we're gonna get negative viewers from Wyoming. It's gonna be like, how do we have -5 downloads? They're gonna bring us below 10,000 just for Wyoming.
They siphon away all surrounding states. Just
Okay. I put the pizzas in and I return back with a piece of sweet potato pie on a plate. And then before I realize that I'm with other people, it's too late and I'm already eating it in front of them.
Everybody awkwardly watches you eat this.
Carrie is unfazed.
Yeah. What you got there? Says Grady.
This
Hmm.
This ain't nothing.
Okay. Right. So anyway, he just starts texting on his phone.
I'm watching my macros, so I can't.
Yep.
Carrie, you're the nurse here, but you're a student, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Going into my senior year of college.
That is
Started
amazing.
last month. Yeah.
Nursing is such a calling too. It's
Yeah.
really, really impressive. Yeah. And healthcare is just such a great field. So
She just kind of. Yep. Yeah. It's important. Glad I'm doing it. Just gotta get
well,
on my
we
feet.
need people like you, so I appreciate that. And we appreciate everything you've done, especially in the days following what happened. I mean, it could have been easy. So
Yeah. No, it's not, but I don't know. I just hope everything's as okay as it can be for her family.
yeah, I mean,
He
that's
puts
a
a
matter
hand
for,
on your shoulder when you say that, Carrie.
that's a matter for human resources to deal with her on PR. But I don't know if PR has reached out to you or any of you locally, but I am authorized to say I know there's not email necessarily here, but when you check your emails or your phones, you will be hearing from us that we will give you a nice little bonus for all your help here. So we appreciate that. Also, there's a little matter of non-disclosure that we're going to ask you to sign in there that you won't talk to the media without our approval.
That's all right. I hadn't planned on talking to the media anyway. So
Excellent. I appreciate that. We'll get all that paperwork out of the way of the weekend. No worries. We have until Monday morning for people. So yeah. How's that pizza coming?
The oven's still preheating.
Okay. Do you see any moose or anything around here?
I bet on
Oh.
his trail runs. Yeah, I bet you Tevin's seen some good wildlife. Probably share some fun stuff.
Yeah.
You make
I would go on runs with Tev.
awkwardly painful small talk with this horrible human being. Mitch doesn't even engage. He sits for a while and then he just is like, oh yeah, I gotta go check on the thing. And he just doesn't even say anything. He just says the thing and gets up and leaves.
I just assume Mitch means the pizza, so I'm not worried about it anymore. It's completely out of my mind.
All right. In that case, roll a brains check.
Damn it, Mitch.
Yeah, I kind of feel that Mitch doesn't even say the thing. He's just, I gotta go check on and he just walks away.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's like, getting the fuck away from this guy, and just walks away.
And what Pete heard was the pizzas.
Yep. Roll a brains
Which is
check.
why I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. So you're engaged in this horribly painful small talk, and you smell burning.
hey Pete,
Yeah.
you smell that?
Sorry, I don't got the finest nose. All the cow and sheep and horse manure and all. You understand?
Never mind. It's fine. I'll go.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Carrie
Right.
just goes. She's like, I can leave. Excellent. Goodbye.
All right. So you run into the kitchen, Carrie, and
Yeah.
it's the smoking.
All right. So she is going to fucking pop grab some fucking oven mitts, pop it open, and just take it out, put it on top, and let it do its thing.
You do, and as you do, more smoke comes out of the oven, and as you do, you're like, oh god, this pizza, and you get it out, and it's burned, but it's still salvageable. It won't be enjoyable, but it's edible still. But it's really, really burnt, coal-fired pizza. If they left it in too long, but as you do, and the smoke is swirling around you, you swear for a moment that when someone walks through smoke and leaves a wake. You see that, but no one was there.
She kind of rubs her arm, rubs her sleeve over her eyes, and then just sees it's still there and just, Jesus Christ, I'm too tired for this shit. She starts waving a towel over the smoke to try and get it to go away.
Grady and the gang, well, anyone who wants to follow Grady, Grady's like, I have to go see what happens. And he wanders in and he's like, oh
The
no,
Grady bunch.
the pizza.
It's fine. It'll be fine enough. Just
Yeah, pizza's pizza. As long as it's
Yeah.
not
charcoal.
No, it didn't get that far.
Well, let's not let this reflect on every Chicago person's pizza.
This make do, and he have some awful pizza, and
Awful pizza.
hear about Grady, who has an MBA from a prestigious East Coast university, and is therefore better than all of you.
Right. That is the hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Is all he
I'm
talks
actually
about, like,
so
his-
dumb that I can't play this game with him.
Yeah.
And it probably upsets him.
Yeah, every time you talk, he's just like, yeah, and just like changes the subject. What were you
I'm
asking, Sarah?
winning.
No, is it like all he talks about, like his job and his schooling? Like he doesn't say anything about like his home life or anything personal.
There's no
Yup.
life outside of Renew Corp. Yeah, only Renew Corp exists. Yeah. Yep. But he asks all of you about like your own personal stuff. This is something I've experienced with like people like that, and it's like annoying. And then they'll be like, "That's so fascinating." Like they act like they're interested, but they're not.
That's how I'm playing Tevin, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's also
Can I make a contested power roll with him to explain my life story and see who caves first?
I don't roll dice, so you just make a power roll. Let's see how you do.
I
All right.
love this so much, Troy. Thank you.
yeah,
You thought it was gonna
Four.
be like Halloween
Fucking
horror.
four.
The real
I
the real-
destroy his soul.
The real horror is human resources.
The real horror is
Oh, I
capitalism.
only rolled one dice. Sorry, I only rolled one dice. Let me roll two more and see if I get
let's
a
see.
critical.
Yeah, let's see if you get a crit.
on this, I'm gonna be so fucking happy.
No, I don't.
Okay.
All right.
Unfortunately.
One
So
force
what
did
are
only.
you going for? Because you get it. So just describe what happens.
Well, so like he cordially asks us all about our life stories.
Yep.
And like I start from the beginning.
You
right?
take it like,
the
wait,
way
you're like
beginning.
you're like 407 years ago.
Yeah.
I was
And I'm
born on a
speaking
bright
just
Wednesday
a little
morning.
too slowly.
Yeah.
Speaking just a little too slowly. And the pauses in my sentences are not appropriate. Like
Okay.
I'll pause and then he'll go to respond and I'm like not done yet with the thought. So then I'll continue right as he goes to respond.
So you're like, and then I went
and
to
I just
Brainerd.
do that until he wants to die.
Yeah. So what happens is he's like obviously it was meant to be like a completely superficial thing, and
Right.
the other person's supposed to know it's a superficial thing, but Pete actually is like, oh, this guy wants to bond with me, so you just tell
Right.
him everything, and like he's looking for an out, and he can't like find it, so finally he just like caves and sits there and listens to the whole thing, but like with his slumped shoulders and everything, and is just like, oh my god.
I picture Colin, the energy vampire from What We Do in
What
the
We Do in the
Shadows.
Shadows?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That's me right now.
Yeah. And so he's just like, he listens to that. Mitch in the middle of that wanders in and just grabs a couple slices of pizza and then looks at that and is just like,
Nope.
and then walks out.
Want no part in this.
Carrie, who would normally be going crazy, is actually loving the fact that it is driving Grady up the wall. So she's just kicked back with like a fucking thing of apple juice and is just like, all right, this is my night now, boy.
I feel like if anybody was listening intently, they might have gleaned like an important piece of like background or backstory from my long rambling story. So maybe
Can we all roll brains to see who picks up
Sure.
on?
That's fine.
I was actually gonna say like Brady
just-
thinks it'd be really funny if you shared something really uncomfortable about your past. But I mean, like, all right, Kevin's
Hmm.
not gonna talk about it.
I actually got a 4.
Okay. What
I
did she
also
find
got a
out?
4.
What did they find out?
Hell yeah, Eli.
maybe I want it to be something spooky, Christian, but like we didn't talk about this in advance. But maybe I say like I had an accident on the farm and like fell off a horse or something. And then
Like a
like
near-death experience? Huh.
ever since then, I just felt like I had a special connection to like horses or something.
Okay.
And I could like communicate with them.
That's both ominous and creepy as hell.
Can we say you got kicked by a horse?
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking of like Christmas Vacation, falls down a well, can't eyes go across, gets kicked by a horse, eyes are normal again. I don't know, Clark. So it's like-
I love it.
Uh,
So you gleaned that information, Carrie, from my story. Maybe you thought I said something very specific or peculiar that made you think like, oh wow, there might be something more to this.
Eli
know.
also. got the
Eli
four.
he also got a 4.
Yep. I
Oh,
got a 4 as well.
maybe you know what I said, Eli? I might have said the night that Alice left us permanently, that the horses told me something was going to happen.
The horses were acting strange. Awesome. I love that.
Yep.
That's
Yep,
exactly what we're going to
100%.
go with.
100%.
Okay.
And I slipped that in right in the middle of like a long sweet potato history and backstory and then like my avid running career and experience and how I'm training for Badwater and all that stuff.
That's awesome. I love that. Okay. All right. So yeah, you slipped that right in there. Okay. So the night wears on. Much too long for Grady. But eventually he's like, okay, so it's been a long trip in, a long flight. So I'm just gonna grab one of the from Boston. I'm gonna grab one of the cots, one of the cabins, and why don't you guys all just grab a nice cabin too? For once instead of the regular quarters. You might as well be comfortable, for the weekend. Because there's like your quarters, and then there's where the guests stay.
Yep.
And the guests stay in much better places than you guys do.
I ask Eli which one's got the what kind of beer do you think they would have here? Fucking probably like Michelob Platinum or some bullshit.
Only what you
Bud
sneak
Light
in.
Platinum, bougie, right? Like
We're not giving these girls beer. Pete.
These are teenage girls, dude.
No. No, there's beer here. There's fucking beer here.
Oh,
No.
there's
Mitch-
like-
I know it's where it is.
Yeah,
Mitch
you know
has
what it is?
beer.
Mitch has it, and it's like fucking Pabst Blue Ribbon, and it's out in
Yeah.
like the boiler room. Yeah, that's how
Absolutely
Maine works.
PBR.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
Alligator up there in Maine.
All right, so you know what? That's perfect. Fucking Grady retires to his cabin. Pete, you're gonna go
Burn
grab a
down for
PB.
what?
You're gonna
Oh,
grab a PBR. What else? What are you guys doing?
That pizza was way too many carbs for Tevin, so he's got to run these off.
You're gonna take a night run.
He's got. I mean, that was a carbo load. I mean, that's what these are for.
Okay, fair. Night run. All
Yeah.
right. Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie's just gonna. Yeah, she'll just kind of shrug her shoulders, grab her like duffel bag or whatever from her quarters and go towards probably whichever one's like the closest to here. Just so she can see if anything, when people get up or whatever. And
So yeah, the cabin closest to the main quarters. Obviously, no one's going to go in the one where Alice killed himself. That's off limits.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
but yeah, you grab that one and settle in for the night. What are you doing, Eli?
Eli is he agrees with Tevin's, like that was a lot of carbs. That deserves a nap.
Yeah.
And Eli knows which cabin has the freshly fixed furnace and air conditioning and all that. So he's going to that one.
Nice. All right, getting cool at night, so you can go get nice and toasty.
Yep.
So all right, we're gonna start with you, Pete. So you know where Mitch hangs out because you've done this before. Mitch has like his little like maintenance like headquarters, and he's back there, and he's got the game on, and he's just like
Sorry,
the pizza's
Christian,
like
real quick,
yep.
if I may. I wanted to get the beers,
Mhm.
but then I actually wanted to go to the stables because Pete got a little emotional after sharing that experience. He
Fine.
actually never
So-
shared that with anybody.
Fine. So you go to the maintenance area, and Mitch is like, he's got the beers out, and he's like, he's too deep already, and he's watching the game and like this half-eaten pizza, but he's got his own like snack stash too that he's like working on. He's got some Doritos and stuff, and he's got his feet up, and he's watching the game, and he's like, "What's up, Pete?
Hey, Mitch.
Guy's a fucking
Listen.
jerk off, right?"
Well, I try not to be too quick to judge.
Yeah, he's a jerk off.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, listen, Mitch, I was thinking, I got this half-eaten sweet potato pie, and it's not perfect, but it is pretty good. And I was wondering if perhaps maybe we could barter for maybe a 6-pack of that PBR.
Fuck yeah, man.
All right, it's a deal. Spit in my hand. Go to shake Mitch's hand.
He's just like
Hell yeah.
takes the pie, gives you
Love
some
that.
beers. He's like, "Have a great night, bro."
Thanks. You too, Mitch. right when I leave, I go, Mitch, you're a good guy and you do a lot for this camp and for these girls. Don't you forget that.
You too, bro. And he like kind of like gives you the Stone Cold Steve Austin beer thing, and then like just
And then I grab
just
my six
downs it.
pack and I make my way to the stables where I
Okay.
get very quiet.
And just, are you going to sit with the horses, or there's anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit with the horses and drink my six pack and just kind of think about everything.
Roll your skill.
Okay. Good thing that's a 1. I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Pew.
So you're sitting with the horses and drinking the beer and just thinking about your connection with the horses, and
About Alice, about kind of
about Alice,
the
and
experience when I was a
about-
kid.
and
stuff.
it gets later than you think. It's pretty, it gets dark early here in the fall anyway, and the horses all of a sudden start getting very like stomping their feet and like very agitated.
I'm gonna say it takes Pete probably a little bit longer to notice that than it normally would, because he polished off probably 5 out of 6 of those beers.
Yeah, you're feeling pretty good. Yeah.
And he kind of gets up and he looks over and he goes over to the horses and he says, Hey, it's okay there. It's okay.
As
I'm
you
here.
do, the barn door is still open, and it's a moonlit night. And I will say that there are probably lights that light up. Actually, I know it. This is a rich person's camp. There are lights fucking everywhere. It's like daylight out there, right, at night, because rich people like their light. And as you look out, you see a shadow like standing in the barn door. Looks like a woman.
I call over. I say, Carrie, is that you? I've got a
And
beer
the figure
left
just
if
like
you want.
turns and walks away. I would say give me a brains roll if you want here too.
Okay. I got a 4.
Perfect. You notice that it's just a shadow. It's dark. You don't see any details or features or anything like that. But you do notice she seems to be wearing like a very long dress and something on her head.
I think that's weird. I don't know if I've ever seen Carrie wear a dress.
You absolutely have not.
Okay. I'm gonna actually move. I'm gonna move quickly over to the door and try to catch her. And
You
say,
go
"Hey,
outside, and
Yeah.
no one's there.
I kind of look around a little bit, kind of poke my head back into the barn, and I say, "You see
The
that?"
horses seem to have calmed down now.
Oh, I just leave the beer in the stable and I head to the cabin.
Eli. You get to the nice cabin. What do you do?
I'm gonna crank the heat up a little bit. Gonna make it nice and toasty to kind of conk out for the night. And he's gonna all these cabins probably have, like built-in sound systems and whatnot. So he's gonna set it, select a nice like rainstorm thing to just let him drift to sleep.
So you set up a nice rainstorm, and you lay down, and you're like, it's good. Little burnt pizza, pretty good.
Mhm.
Fucking Grady sucks, and you just start drifting off to sleep to listen to the rainstorm. And as you do, you get to that spot where you're just between being asleep and awake, and in between those rain or kind of mixed in with it, you swear you hear chanting or singing of some sort. Maybe? I don't know. You don't know, but you're asleep pretty soon afterwards. Not Pete, Tevin. You're running, bro.
Yeah. On a night run. I know the trails pretty well,
Sure.
but it's more just about I know my calorie count. I know roughly how long I need to run to get this pizza worked off. So it's kind of, I know my loop.
So you're running. Roll a weird roll.
Yeah. Okay. I got that. Critical success.
All right, so one more goes into the shared pool. So we got 5d4 for everyone to share. Now, if
Sure.
you want an extra roll, so I'm just keeping track of that, but someone else might want to as well, because I forget shit because I'm old. And so, but I haven't forgotten as much as the state of Wyoming, who has slept entirely on our podcast and never even
Just
got
wait
to
till they
remember.
find it. That's a lot of backlog.
It's a lot of backlog. So you are running, and you're starting to get that high, and you're starting to outrun it, right?
Yeah.
Starting to outrun it, and then you start to get that same feeling again. It's the feeling you got when something unnatural is happening.
Mm.
You know that feeling.
Hmm.
And you know that the hair goes up on the back of your neck because you feel like you're being watched.
You know, I think Tevin is very good about maintaining his pace and running and not burning himself out, and keeping his breathing steady. Every time this happens, though, it's dead sprint. Like, it's like he loses all form and like fear, cold sweat, dead sprint kind of stuff. I know I criticaled my weird roll, but I'm totally fine with like forgetting where I was going. If you want, it's up to you.
You just run. You just start running like hell. And you run and you run and you run. And you know what? I'm going to say that you run, you know these trails pretty well, right? Because you run here all the time, you work here, you live here most of the time. Nearest, on your days off, you get to the nearest town, and that's like down logging roads and stuff to get back to civilization. So for all intents and purposes, this is your home. So you know these running trails very well. And there's a particular spot where you run along where there are some very old graves, and you tend to ignore it because you tend not to run past it because you don't want to be around them. But you find this night, you're running because you've had that feeling, and you run right to those graves. And that's where you kind of come back to.
Yeah.
Those very old, mossy headstones out in the middle of the woods, and now in the dark. You just probably have your very expensive headlamp because you spend too much money on all your running equipment.
Reflectors,
but that's all you. That's the only light you have out here with this creepy graveyard in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, and at this time of year too. I mean, think of all like the leaf litter on them.
Yep.
You know, like wet leaves, just kind of skid to a stop. Have to think about where I am, like. Why am I here? Now I need to go eat a protein bar. Oh God, I can't balance these. And then, but yeah, no, that's not actually what he's terrified about. He has no idea why he came here.
The protein bar is a metaphor.
I sent you a secret message on Zoom. I don't know.
I haven't been checking. Let me check it. Hold on.
Sequence.
I sent you a direct message. I don't know what my weird is. I don't know what the
wow, I fucking love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine.
And so I think that like maybe like he thinks he's here now because he was running away from something, and he stops, and the fear that we see in Tevin, like whatever, like the camera on him, or like just the vibe you're getting from him, the fear. He's obviously not a fan of these graves, bad vibes. You know what I mean? Like it's not a good place. The energy's off here, but he's actually way more scared to turn around than he is to look at these graves because he's been running away from something.
Yep.
And I think, but there's no other way around here. Like another reason he probably avoids this is that it's not on a loop, right? Like he has to now turn around.
Yep.
And I don't know.
Go back the way you came.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how long does he stand here? Does he go back to a cabin? Like, can he face it? Oof.
Want to make a roll?
Yeah.
That would be power, wouldn't
I
it?
would call that power. I would call that power too. Yeah.
All right. Let's try willpower roll. Okay, my highest was a 3, so I know I got to turn around, but I'm not confident about it. I don't do it with no consequences.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that you do it like like a little kid that's being told to go down to the basement and like, the light switch is like over here and you have to walk a little bit in the dark to get it and you're terrified, but you have to go down there. And so you're just like, like run over there real quick. And like, so you do that same feeling where you took off top speed running. You do the same thing running home because you feel like the thing was behind you. Now you're running at it.
Yeah.
Running back though, you strangely, you don't have the same feeling. The only thing driving you is your own fear this time. But I'm going to say that the consequence is you run so hard and so fast that you manage to somehow pull a muscle.
Oh, like roll an ankle or pull a muscle. Yeah.
No, I'm going to say we'll just
That's
say
one
pull a
way.
muscle.
That's one way to see who's top dog in the running
You pull a
department.
muscle. Nothing seriously, but by the time you get back, you're limping.
Okay. All right.
Carrie, you picked
Hi.
you picked a nice cabin. What are you going to do here?
Yeah, Carrie's tired. It's been a shitty fucking couple of days. And she's been having a lot of trouble sleeping. Because until emergency services get there, she's in charge of taking care of the dead girl.
Yep.
So she saw a lot of just Alice. And it's been hard for her to sleep because of it.
Yeah.
So she finds a comfy cabin, bottom bunk because she knows better.
These are not bunks. They have like
Okay.
there are like 2 bedrooms in these cabins.
Oh,
and
they're
like a
like
full
bed.
These are
Fuck.
fucking luxury. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, she gets a bed, kind of bundles up under the covers, and to calm down and help herself fall asleep, this is an actual thing the human Sarah, do, puts on her ghost podcast to help her
the
calm
human
down
Sarah.
and fall asleep.
Love it.
And that's just how
let's do that, Harm, Rainey. That works for me. You have a -1 to it. I just saw your comment.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah.
Yeah, pull muscle. All right, so I'm sorry, Sasha. You're listening to your ghost podcast and you drift off to sleep.
She's trying.
You're trying, and you're listening to a podcast about a furniture store that wound up being haunted because the idiots built it where there was a fucking reformatory, and so there were ghosts there.
I love you, Christian.
And you're like, who is stupid enough to fucking build that? Like, what sort of asshole corporation who wouldn't care about human beings would do something like that? Oh wait, I work for one of those asshole corporations.
Yeah.
And as you're starting to drift off, a hand touches you.
She fucking straight up turn.
And you hear a voice whisper in your ear, help me. And it's Alice's voice.
She like freezes. And she like looks around, turns the lamp on next to the bed,
Sure.
looking around for anything, any sign that someone's snuck in, is fucking with her.
You don't see anything. It feels a little colder in here than it did a little while ago.
Yeah, girly pop is putting the signs together. She's like, Alice? This is no one fucking with me, right? She like looks around again and waits.
Listen, and there's you're like trying to hear so everything sounds quieter.
Christian, your voice went robotic again.
Oh my god! But it like worked. I thought he was doing it on purpose.
No, you know what it is? It's something with Zoom. Hold on, everybody. I have to unplug this and plug it back in. I'm sorry. Chat. Hold on.
Speak like Alice right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is.
Priceless. Yeah.
I was like, bro, did he get like a soundboard?
How's that? Is that better?
Yes, you're back.
Okay,
to
yeah, it's just some weird thing with my microphone, everyone. So I actually have like a good mic, and I personally have ghosts. Like, it's just so fucking weird that
you're a lich.
I am. It's just the liches that I hide and summon and lock in my things. So you listen, and then like there's that like, when you're listening, like you're listening hard, and like it's just the quieter it is, like the more you're like you almost like strain your ears to listen, and you're listening, and you swear you hear like these are bigger cabins, and I picture them having like almost like it's not like 2 levels, but there's like a loft where the bedrooms are, right? And of course, it's like the front is like the back and looking out on the woods is like wall to is like ceiling to floor glass looking at the woods. So you have a beautiful view. So the beds are like facing that, but the stairs kind of go down into like a shared living space in the front. And you hear you hear footsteps on the wooden steps. You swear you hear like thump, 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 footsteps.
She is gonna slowly get out of bed, reach into her duffel bag, grab her flashlight, grab her phone, and she's gonna go looking.
So you head out in the dark.
Well, they're inside, right?
So the way I picture it, you come in the cabin, you come into like a
No, I
shared
was trying to
space.
figure out. Sorry, where the footsteps were. Was it like
you heard
inside
him,
on the
you
stair?
heard him, you heard him on the stairs. So just to give like context to you, the way I pictured in my head is, it's a rich person's version of the log cabin, right? But you come in, there's like a shared living space with like a rug and like maybe like a nice like wraparound couch kind of thing, and no TV or anything because there's no distractions, but they have books and stuff. There might be a very small kitchenette sort of thing where but just like with a microwave and stuff, and like a small refrigerator.
Cereal, milk, fruit.
Correct. And then stairs that go up that kind of wrap around to go up, and there are 2 bedrooms.
Okay. Bathroom in the middle.
Yeah. And so you heard steps on the stairs down, but the only thing there is like that shared living space, and then it goes right out into the courtyard.
Yeah, so she's gonna peek out of the room and start looking around this.
Okay, so you shine your
downstairs.
flashlight. You don't see anything.
She's getting like jittery but also excited, like, holy fuck, am I right? Am I crazy? Am I right though? Or these nightmares? Or like, all this is going through her head at once. She's kind of, okay, you got this. Okay. Alice, if it's you, can you talk to me? Can you give me a sign? You can
You
trust
listen.
me.
You listen for a bit,
Straight up phasmophobia.
and then you hear on the glass front door. Most of the doors are glass too. You hear coming from the outside now. Knocks.
She's gonna reach back into the bedroom, grab her coat, pull it on, go down the stairs, kind of look around the door, slip her sneakers on, because doesn't bother to tie them and untie them, just like I, Sarah the human, do. You just pull them on. And she's gonna go outside and see if she can find anything.
Roll.
Hell yeah, I will. It's like the most weird little nurse ghost hunter. I love her already.
We may not be the most brainsy group, but we are a weird group.
Yep.
That is a 4. Only
Okay.
1, but that's a 4.
All right. So you're wandering around, and where do you go?
She's looking around the cabin mostly because she heard something on the door, so she's looking to see if there's footsteps, any marks on the door or near the door, or she's staying near the cabin because is it still pretty lit with like the lights and stuff?
Yeah, there's all sorts of that like landscape lighting and stuff like that to keep it lit up, but it's still dark.
Oh yeah,
But
no.
it's-
So
yeah.
she's kind of focusing around the cabin because that's where she's been hearing
Okay.
stuff.
So you're looking around, and you don't see anything particularly in the cabin, but then you notice you're like, weird. The light is on in the gym / indoor pool. Shouldn't be on.
She just kind of looks at it. Tevin go for a late night swim or something? And she'll go and head over and see if she presumes Tevin's just doing laps or some shit.
So you
It's actually
find-
Marv skinny dipping.
Hey, girl.
I never
You
met-
thought it was a normal human being, but it's
I-
me.
I never met Marv, and I never want
Listen.
to.
Listen, the number of snowbirds that go from Maine to Florida back and forth. You know, that's
And honestly, a camp full of troubled teenage girls would be right up Marv's alley. I hate to
my
say it, but
God.
it's the truth.
Again, never met
So-
the man.
so,
never want to. I'm never watching that one shot.
So Marv, if you haven't heard, is probably the worst character I've ever created in my life.
If you haven't
So-
watched Grandma Club, don't.
Don't exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's saying something because some of Christian's other characters get fucking murdered.
just don't.
Yeah, Troy murdered one of Christian's characters.
yes, he
actually.
did. Yes, he did.
Oh man.
I make being unlikable an art form. So,
Really?
so you get into, you go there, and the strange thing is the door is locked, but you have like everything is key cards here. You have a master pass key card. You're
Yeah.
able to like beep it, opens. You go in, and you're like, what is going on in here? And you hear like weeping from the pool.
That's. She'll stay quiet just in case she awkwardly walks into one of her coworkers having a cry fest, because
Okay.
she doesn't fucking know. She's a college student. Anything could be happening.
She's still not convinced it's not Tev.
She's
True.
like, is this a ghost? Is this Tevin? Is this fuckhead
Valid.
McGrady?
Hmm.
Valid.
So she's gonna quietly make her way over towards the pool.
So you go in there, and it's a little steamy because it's a cold night outside, and this is a hot, heated pool. Of course, it's a heated pool.
Fuck yeah.
And you see it's the same sort of effect that you saw someone like moving through the smoke. You see like almost a figure, like, but it's not a figure. It's just like a space within the steam that seems to be a figure like crouching and crying near the pool. And you notice the same thing. It's a female figure, and it seems to be wearing like you don't see details, but there's like something weird with the head, like that, like something is being worn on her head, and then she's like hunched with her back to you. And again, this is a very like nebulous like kind of thing. It's just something you get the impression of within the steam, but you definitely hear the crying.
Sorry, Doc and Chad. I
Yeah,
thought
I
for
saw
sure
what he said.
Carrie would be
Yeah.
final girl, but now, thanks, buddy. Really appreciate the vote of confidence. Still the only girl here. I'm just saying. It doesn't mean she won't die. Carrie's into ghosts. She'll kind of start walk over. Just, hey, are you okay? It's just me. It's Carrie.
As you get closer to the figure, it doesn't seem to react as you say anything to it, but it kind of like it stands. And really, again, this is mostly, you know it because it's really just a space in the fog and the mist. It's not really like it's a figure in the mist, right? But you definitely hear the weeping, and it stops weeping and it stands up and it says, "It doesn't matter if I sink," and it's gone. And you're all alone by
And
yourself.
she like slowly checks her temperature. Slowly lowers her hand.
I accidentally added mushrooms instead of sugar to my pie.
She just. There's a fucking ghost here. Well, okay, all right. And she's gonna go try and look for. She's like trying to figure out where everyone went, but she doesn't know. So she's like, "Fuck." All right, just go to bed. Talk to everyone in the morning. Fuck, and she's like terrified and excited all at once. So she's like jittery.
If you want, I can say as you're on your way back, you run into
Yes,
a
right
very
into
limping,
Tevin.
yeah, a
Hobbling
very limping
Tevin.
Tevin. Yeah, that's fine with me.
So she's walking flashlight. She hears running, and she fucking spins and shines light like directly into Tevin's eyes.
Yeah.
Just fuck. Oh shit.
No.
Sorry.
No, we're good. Hey, what are you doing out? Is everybody okay? Did I
You're good. Are you good?
just pulled something? Electrolytes. I'm dehydrated.
Do you want ice?
Sure.
Ice. I've got icy hot patches. I've got ice.
Great.
All right. Yeah. Come on.
okay. I'm just gonna grab
Yeah.
a banana, and
She'll take him to the main building, which I presume where the nurse's
Sure.
office is.
Yep.
Why were you out running at night? You do this all the time?
we ate pizza. It's a little heavy for my intake. So
What do you eat in a day? And she just starts like going through the drawers to get something.
and then like mostly I start the day with it, and I'd start describing like everything is like powders put into water bottles, and then occasionally I have some solid foods.
You don't eat actual. Okay, sorry. All right, here, and she'll like give him like an icy hot patch and like so. Look, I'm not the nurse in my family. That's my mom. She does something to help the muscle feel better. All
Yep.
right, she does something.
Totally
Carrie
fine.
knows. I know.
Yeah.
I'm
If you were a
English.
medic, you'd be like, here's some ketamine.
Yeah, alternating heat, cool, hydrating, eats a banana,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you see anyone go into like the gym or the pool anywhere tonight?
No, I didn't go. I didn't go to the gym or the pool. I did one of my usual, loops out there. Just
Okay.
normal running. Nothing.
So, okay. Look, I need you to believe me for a minute here. Don't think I'm crazy, okay?
No, of course not.
There's a ghost here.
Kevin tries to like immediately be like silly, you know what I mean? But then he's like, nope, but be kind. You see him like kind of like stutter and like processing error. And then you also see him kind of like, and then he says something along the lines of like, I believe energy is, there's a lot.
No. Not your meditation chakra stuff. Like,
Try it. I think you might. You know what? You might actually be better attuned to the energies you think that you're perceiving out there. It might just be, something's giving you a kind of a bad.
okay, so let's start by talking about the figures that I've seen in shadows. 2 now, plural, followed by the whispering in my ear.
At that, you actually see Tevin kind of like go
Someone
on.
saying, "Help me." Then the footsteps running down the stairs of the cabin that I was in by myself because I saw Eli go into a different one and I saw Pete go talk to Mitch.
That tracks.
The scratching at the door to the cabin. Someone getting into the pool house, which I have now presumed is none of us. And when I went in there, saw a figure crying next to the pool, turned around, looked at me, said, "It doesn't matter if I drown," and fucking vanished.
Okay, first I was gonna say maybe it was like a raccoon or something, but that does not sound like a nocturnal mammal to me.
No.
It was actually 3 raccoons in a
In a
trench coat.
trench coat.
All I found was this packet of Cialis.
God, it's
And
all the
some
one shots
Buttersworth.
that happen while I'm away.
Well, you know what it is? All of our one shots are one. It's like a one shot. One shot. Oh no!
Give me a minute to go get a fucking tissue. I snotted.
One shot.
Um,
I think canonically we should rule that all of our one shots occur in the same world.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And then I accidentally sharded.
That's
Don't clip
pretty
that.
much
Don't
the
clip that.
exact. That's the definition. Actually, I don't think anyone sharts on purpose.
Verbally, yeah. Oh my god.
I
Well-
haven't. My stomach fucking hurts right now.
Well, that's what we're gonna call it. The
The Shardiverse.
one shardiverse.
The one Shardiverse.
All I'm saying is, as a moderator, I have the power to change the title of the stream.
Oh my god. Okay, well,
Hey, Carrie,
Remember
Anyway,
Carrie.
let's get back to those
Yeah.
things those weren't raccoons in a trench coat.
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Okay, so
I'm so sorry.
wow.
Had a
What a
of
wild
fucking-
what a wild fucking one shot that was, bro. There was also Mafia references in the very end.
Yeah, well,
Fucking
'cause-
typical for Rainy.
Yeah, right. I have to fit it in.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, so okay, that sounds a bit more than energies.
Yeah.
do you-
I mean, energy, but a different kind.
yeah. Do you buddy rule? Buddy
Yeah,
rule?
buddy rule.
Okay. Maybe
Yep.
we could find Eli and Pete.
Yeah, probably. Mitch is not gonna fucking believe us.
I think it would be really great to put Mitch with Grady. Just throwing it out there.
I would like Mitch to continue liking me.
That's weird, but okay, you do you. So I don't
Do you
think
want to piss off the janitor?
No, I mean, I just don't, I didn't think Mitch liked anybody. It's the impression I got.
I would like him to continue having a neutral feeling towards me as opposed to a negative one.
Okay. Well, we can't all be winners here, but but
Okay.
Kevin is like, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe we should look into that more. I had a little like weird. I feel like today, well, since since Alice,
Yeah.
kind of felt a little weird. Something's watching me, kind of thing. And I also heard whispers, but they didn't tell me to help. They told me to leave. So, but I also might have just been falling asleep because Eli was snoring really loud. I was trying to meditate. It's
He fell asleep during meditation.
I mean, it's kind of
Uh,
reasonable effect.
no, that's
Speaks to
actually
how well you
Correct.
guided the meditation.
I consider that a win, honestly.
All right. Yeah, let's
My surveys, I check that as positive.
at least find
Fucking
Eli and
Devin.
Pete and I don't know, just make sure we all stay in the same cabin tonight or so we just all know we're not crazy, safe.
Yeah. Okay, let's go round them up.
All right. I know where Eli went. I have a couple of guesses as to where Pete is, but that man will always surprise me.
Yeah, we'll
Depies me.
we'll go look, and yeah, do it. And then I'm like, do we split up to go get the other?
No, Eli's really close. He's like
Okay.
2 cabins down from me. Let's get Eli first.
All right.
She's just gonna just lead the way because she knows which cabin he went to. It's gonna go
To
wake
Eli,
the,
no problem. You get to Eli.
wake up the 19-year-old. She just kind of just awkwardly on the door. I don't know if you heard the knocking on my mic.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey Eli.
He's he'll I'm gonna say he shoots up again. It's just kind of something that he does. If you ever
He's a sudden waker.
he's a sudden waker.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it with this he like looks towards the door, but he's just like blank right now. He hasn't quite woken up yet. So it's just like,
Eli? Buddy?
Yeah.
You in there?
yeah.
Hey.
What time is it? He'll check like the probably like big display on the wall.
Probably like 10 o'clock.
It's been like
Yeah.
Yeah.
45 minutes. What did
Uh
Mitch kill Grady?
no, what? No. I mean not yet, but look.
Okay.
There's some here. Can you just come out here and talk to us? There's some shit going on.
Hey, buddy, Kevin's out here too. Just wanna.
Yeah, I think we all need to stay buddy systeming for the moment.
We've had a weird night. I don't know if you experienced anything.
I don't know if it's weird or whatnot, but
Has
I had
he gotten up or is he still in his room talking to them through a closed door? Both answers are very good. I just need to know.
both answers are very good. I think he is still talking to them through the closed door, but he is actually getting up and getting
ready to get out.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
And it's just like, I don't know if I had a weird experience or if it's just because I was falling asleep, but I was listening to the Rainstorm soundtrack as I was drifting off, and like listened to it, well, quite a few times as I was trying to take a nap, and could have sworn I heard chanting or like singing or something as I was drifting off, but maybe it's because I was tired. Maybe it was that burnt pizza.
That's now I haven't listened to all of the white noise tracks. Looks at Tevin.
I was gonna say,
There's not
I
supposed
actually-
to be
I-
any
Yeah.
people noises in them, right?
The rain one is it's a bottom third tier, I would say. It's typically not my favorite, but yeah, no, I've never heard chanting in it.
Okay. Chanting is fucking creepy. Great.
Yep, that's we're gonna file that under weird, Eli.
Okay. I thought it was
Okay.
just like me drifting off, and
Was it like Latin? Did you hear anything?
I wouldn't
Latin.
Did you happen to
Eli can barely read better than me.
translate the diabolical Latin they were chanting?
I don't know. It kind of was like mumbly chanting. I don't know. I was falling asleep. But with that, he'll actually open up the door.
Yeah, so I saw a ghost.
Well, that's definitely weirder than like a full ghost.
As much of a full ghost as it can be, there's really no one way to be a ghost, but yeah, like I saw a full body apparition and it talked to me and then disappeared.
Yeah.
Kind of played a little game of cat and mouse with me around the cabin. And I'm pretty sure it sounded just like Alice.
That's mildly concerning, at least.
Yeah, so we're gonna go find Pete, and I don't know what we're gonna do with Grady. Mitch will probably shoot me if I try and take him away from his little man cave. So at the very least, the four of us are gonna buddy system, if that just in case.
That sounds good to me.
Did you see where Pete went other than going to get some PBRs from Mitch?
He usually hangs out with the horses.
Does he sleep in the staff quarters? Because I never see him come to bed.
I think he has a hay pile.
I'm just gonna choose not to address that. All right, let's go.
Where is Pete?
So Pete is back in the kitchen. Couldn't sleep, so he's trying to make another pie.
Okay.
Did he bring
If I roll a one, can I put my last PBR in the pie?
You can put your last PBR on the pie anyway. Like,
It's not a rollable.
I'm
that's not a
still
roll.
trying to make the perfect sweet potato pie.
You
I'm
can
just
put the-
kind of
You can
drunk
put the
doing it
PBR
right
in the
now.
pie and see if it is good.
Not intentionally. Pete's dumb, but he's not that dumb.
So
It's just that Pete doesn't really ever drink. So like he's a lightweight, you know what I mean?
Okay.
He's also super lanky and gangly and
So you're
get that
talking like
bond.
just like the liquid PBR or like the whole can?
Just
Metal
the
and all.
liquid
He's
PBR.
not that drunk. 5
Just the liquid
PBRs can't
PBR.
fuck you up that bad.
Okay, D4. 3. Again. Fuck, I missed
I
something.
love that Troy rolls for chaos. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah. So okay. So you
Couldn't sleep after the
couldn't
the-
sleep after the strange incident, and you're making another pie. Roll me a weird roll too.
Okay. And I'm listening to the Great British Baking Show again.
Okay.
A 4.
Oh.
Okay, 4 on weird. All right.
Again, this is the second 4 I've rolled on weird. I have a 1 in weird.
It is.
Sorry, a 2, but still.
It's
Oh,
no
let me see
worries.
if I crit, I guess.
Yeah.
I do, I crit. I rolled another 4.
So we got 6. All right, crit. I got to give you some good. We got 6 in the pool, the community pool of additional D4s that we can grab, and so you're 5 beers deep. You're pretty lit, and especially for a lightweight. So you're kind of like stumbling through the kitchen making this pie, and you're like, you should put the fucking beer in the pie, man. And so you're like, you're pouring the beer in the mix with the batter, and you hear singing again.
Is it in my Zune, in my earplugs? Because I've got the Great British Bake Off on there.
It is coming from somewhere. All you know is you hear it.
I guess I've never
It's not
seen
like
an
it's-
episode of this.
It's not necessarily singing as much as it is chanting. And I'll give you a little bit of what you hear. You can make it out. And it says, "'Tis the last call of mercy, O turn not away, for not swiftly is hastening the dread vengeance day." And you're like, what the fuck was that? And just as you hear that, you guys show up to a very confused looking Pete in the kitchen.
Are you?
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time, Christian? What I heard, bud?
I can.
You got
It said,
interrupted by the crotch goblins.
as is always the case. It says, "'Tis the last call of mercy, O turn not away, for now swiftly is hasting the dread vengeance day." You hear that in a man's voice, chanting.
It's a lot of big words at this time of night for Pete. It's not a coincidence both of his names are a single syllable. Yeah, Pete's gonna turn off his Zune and kind of see if he can determine what direction it came from.
As soon as you hear it and you're like, what the fuck is that? Those 3 burst through the door. The rest
I'll
of
look
the
at 'em and
Scooby
I'll
gang
say-
is there.
I'll say, oh, hey guys, I didn't catch you. What'd you say? I had my Zune in.
We're having a weird night. I don't know if you're having and then we walk in and just see this kitchen and we're like, it's been a little weird around here. We've all heard things or seen things or poor Carrie here had a little encounter with the supernatural. We don't know if maybe we should all just stick together. See what.
Do you see or
Y'all
heard
saying
any-
you want to help me bake a pie?
I would like to try and get some sleep, actually. Have you seen or heard anything weird tonight? Besides putting beer in your pie?
Pete looks over and sees that he's pouring beer into the pie mix and looks back at you. And he goes, "I thought I saw you outside the stables, but when I went outside to look around, nobody was there. I've also been drinking tonight. I don't normally drink, but
Yeah, no, I don't ever go out to the stables unless I'm bringing one of the girls there.
could have been Tev. Tev, was it you?"
It was not me. I was out for a run after the pizza. And I don't think any other of the girls are still here, right? We got them all home.
No, they all left.
Yeah, so could have been one of your spooky. Could have been another.
What did it look like, Pete?
What were the vibes? Can you describe the energy?
Well, I thought it was you at first because it looked like it might have been a woman, but I think she's
flattered.
wearing a dress, and I don't know if I've ever seen you in a dress.
And
No one has seen-
a strange, something on her head.
She had a weird hat on too.
Wait. You couldn't really tell what it was. It was just there.
Yeah, it looked like a big, I don't know, one of them big poofy hats or something.
As you say that, the lights all go out.
Ah, damn it! I must have blew a breaker.
Carrie fucking screams.
Calm down now. It's
And
okay.
Almost as high pitched.
It's all good. Luckily, my pie's on fire, so we'll use the light from that to see.
She immediately turns her flashlight on.
Eli,
You do?
where's the breaker room?
Stick my headlamp.
It's back by Mitch's.
Yeah, it's all the breakers are back back over by Mitch. So I like there. I'm gonna look out the window, see if all any of the other lights are
Everything's out.
everything's out.
Everything's out.
Are you shining your light like out the window as well, or you?
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
looking around.
So
and
you
then
shine,
when
you're
she-
flashing it around, and your light just flashes across Mitch, just like standing there. It flashes over, and it flashes back, and he's just like standing there.
Oh, fuck.
And then he like turns and walks into the darkness.
And I was like, oh,
Oh.
there was.
Mitch, we need to.
I mean,
Eli, go
Yeah,
get him. Tell him all the lights went out.
He's
Maybe he
walking
doesn't see
towards
it.
the meditation area.
I knew he'd come around. I knew he was going to come around.
All right, hold on, guys. Pete, come on, we're all sticking together.
Oh, yeah.
What about my pie?
Buddy, leave the pie. I
Ah,
promise
you're right.
you.
We got a couple hours. I'm gonna try a minute and 37. An hour and 37 minutes this
All right.
time.
You
All right.
shave off a minute every time you bake a pie.
I set a timer in the kitchen for an hour
The
and 37.
power's out, dude. Nothing's working.
he's
All right,
got
we'll
one
add
of those
another
old
hour.
Your pie is fucked.
eggshell timers.
We'll add
Yeah.
another hour.
All right. Jesus Christ. So she'll
Yeah, let's
lead the way?
You're gonna follow where Mitch went.
Yeah, let-
grab a shit shovel?
There's no shovels in the kitchen.
Or I guess we're going outside, right?
Yeah, you could grab
You'd have to go back to the. That would be the other way.
Other way. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any heavy implement I can grab?
Grab a fire extinguisher or a frying pan in the kitchen,
classic.
I think frying pan.
or
Think frying
knives.
pan.
There are plenty of knives around. Okay, you take the frying pan.
Definitely frying pan.
well, Troy can't take another expired fire extinguisher, right? That's not a.
No.
That's not a.
That's
I would allow
reserved
it if you
for a
wanted an
different game.
expired one, but okay. All right, so you grab the frying pan, you follow him, and as you flash the flashlight, and as you see, you kind of like, every once in a while you catch him just at the edge of the flashlight light, just walking. He's walking to the meditation area.
Now this is inside, right? Where Tevin
This
and
is
I
the
were earlier?
meditation area is outside. It's out in the courtyard.
Technically
Yeah.
outside.
Outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
technically
Got it,
outside.
got it, got it.
Yeah.
Eli, does Mitch meditate?
I mean, Mitch doesn't do much of anything except for fix stuff and just hide out in the breaker room. But I wonder why he's maybe he's what's over by the maybe he left something over by that area. Maybe that's why he's going to get something. He's got to be going to get something.
I'm going to take these little wins and see if he's interested in maybe taking this time. Power's out. Could we be at any more of a one with nature in this moment? Right? Maybe we all need to just open ourselves up and make this connection.
So,
Are you following him, or are you having this conversation as you stand?
We're following him.
No,
I
I think
presume.
All right. So you get to. Does anyone make an attempt to call out to Mitch, just out of curiosity?
Yeah. Every time they would light would pass by him, it'd be like kill out Mitch, where are you going?
So he does not respond. And as you're having this conversation, just as you're saying you're going to take this little wind, Tevin, you get to the meditation area. As you remember, I said, like, this is like when they leveled the park off, they made it. So this is like basically like a top of a plateau-ish. There's like rocks and like it goes down into a gully there. He's standing right on the edge of that, just kind of staring out.
Mitch, it's much more comfortable of a view. You can sit down back over here if you want to come. We could talk about.
He turns around and looks at all of you. And he says, not in Mitch's voice, "Their feet shall slide in due time." And then he just falls back. And you hear crack, crunch, as his neck and bones break as he falls down this rock gully.
Pete goes,
Uh,
"What the hell?"
What?
This time, Tevin screams first.
Carrie's just frozen.
Eli's gonna run over to the edge because like Mitch was his like mentor over here. And she's just gonna look out over the edge and just see the mangled and broken
he's
body
dead.
of his.
He's very dead at the bottom. He bounced down the rocks. I'm picturing, they'll build up like they'll use very big boulders and rocks to like build up a embankment. Like he
Mhm.
bounced down that and like landed on one at the bottom. He's
Tevin
broken.
yells to Eli. He's like, "No, Eli, don't!"
And Eli will just like kneel down and kind of like look down, then it's just like stare down at the cliff at Mitch's body and just look back and shake his head.
Pete's gonna look around right now.
You see a flashlight waving around and coming.
Towards us?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start running towards it and calling for help.
What is happening? Why are the lights out? What is going on? It's Grady.
Oh, Grady.
Grady,
I'm
do you have
glad
your
you're
fucking
here.
cell phone on you?
He's wearing
Oh no!
he's wearing
Yes.
Renew Corp branded sweatpants and a hoodie with like his college, his whatever douchebag college he went to. He has that
Generic
hoodie.
douchebag, yeah.
I'm like, Grady, I'm glad you're here. Mitch just jumped off a cliff and he's dead. And I point at the cliff with my frying pan. Oh no, I said he's left us permanently.
Grady, do you have your
Check.
fucking phone on you?
It's back at my cabin.
Shit. Fuck. Okay.
Language.
We need to call 911. Okay? A man just fucking died.
Where? But you show. Let me see.
No, I don't think that's the best idea. Maybe we should just stay away from cliffs and creepy places where things whisper. And
Yeah. We
Wait,
all
whispering?
need to go.
Wait.
We all need to go back into the main building and stay there and call the cops. Call the emergency line. And she goes over to go talk to Eli.
Two. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go get my phone.
Don't go by yourself.
What? Well, who's gonna come with me?
Tevin, go with him. I gotta check
yeah,
on
we
Eli.
all go. No, and Tevin's just like, "I'll go with him."
Thank you.
So Tevin's going with Grady, and
Yep.
we're gonna have the other three, Pete.
Pete, Carrie,
And
and Eli.
Eli. And what are you guys gonna do?
Carrie wants to check on Eli and get him away from the fucking cliff and back into the main building.
So let's do that first. So Troy's not here, but he'll be tag
Yeah.
along. Go for it. What are you saying?
Hey, and she'll kind of walk over. Hey, come on, let's get back inside.
Yeah. He'll like look down the cliff again and just be like, "There's nothing we can do to get down there right now. It's too dark." And
I'm gonna try and use the emergency line in the main building. Try and see if I can get a call out to 911.
yeah, it'll be a bit before anyone gets here, but I think I have some contact for Mitch's for some of Mitch's family. I can find it somewhere in his office, but
Yeah,
that can probably wait for now.
we can go look in the morning.
All right. So you head into the main office, and there's a landline, and you're able to call out to 911. That's fine. Everything's still dark. The lights aren't on. And as you do, I'm picturing you kind of like, you set your kind of like flashlight down and you call, and the flashlight's like kind of looking out one of the windows, and where it's looking in between like two of the buildings. Because the way I picture this, everything's kind of in a ring. There's a central courtyard, and within the central thing is like the main like nice building kind of things.
Almost like a panopticon, Christian.
Yes, that's a good yes. And you're looking out the main building in between two of the cabins, and beyond it is like woods, right? Standing there again on the edge in between two cabins, your flashlight just falls on the flowing blonde hair and the camper uniform of Alice. You see her standing there with like her neck askew, her head at an odd angle, just kind of
Eli-
staying there dead still.
Eli, please tell me you fucking see that.
I'll look out the window and
Oh, you see it.
yeah, no, I see her. Is that one of
Yep.
the ghosts you saw?
Not quite, but that's Alice.
That's very much seems more than a ghost.
She's dead. I know she's dead. I fucking carried her body to the ambulance, dude.
Is we're just gonna continue to look and just
Stand there, like kind of disbelieving what you see. All of a sudden, you see her like she's just been kind of like standing there, like kind of like neck aside, just dead still. All of a sudden, she like jumps as if something's coming after her and runs off behind the building.
Has 911 picked up yet?
Oh, you called already. You got a hold of them.
Okay, we got
Yeah,
there.
we'll
Thank God.
we'll skip that part. They
Okay,
said like,
cool.
yeah, we're gonna send someone out. Obviously, it's gonna be a while, but like people are coming. Right.
Yep, cool.
Okay.
Who was this that ran off?
Alice.
They saw Alice.
the ghost of Alice.
And
Yeah.
I'm with them, right?
Yes, you are with them. What do you guys do with that information? And I'll skip to the others.
Oh no, we're staying right the fuck here.
Staying right there. Okay. Fair
I
enough.
think we should get the
Carrying one.
horses.
The horses?
I will leave you guys having that conversation. So you're with Grady, and you're going back to his room, and he's just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe someone. This is a disaster. This is absolutely a disaster. We're gonna have to call corporate. I know it's late, but fortunately, I know the VP's phone number. I'll just have to call him at his house. We might have to push these reporters off. Was he like this before? Like, was he suicidal? Did he have any dependencies or addictions or anything? Like, why would he do that?
Grady, Mitch was, he was just a guy who did his job. He did his job and he hated everybody, but he was that kind of guy. He took care of things that he cared about and, left everyone else alone. I think that like we need to call 911. We need to get,
Right. All right. Well, but you get to the cabin and he's like, all right, my phone's hold on. And he's like flashing around, kind of like digging through his stuff, to find it. And
does not have generators. Like he's just like Grady.
it does, but it's like shut off. It runs on a generator, but it was like
and
shut
then
off.
it's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So, Grady, I don't know. You've been over here. We've been kind of talking. All of us have had kind of weird, kind of experiences tonight. Some's really kind of, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on here at the camp lately, but I think we should all stick together. So grab your phone and we're gonna go meet up with the rest of them.
He said that as he's digging through his stuff, and he seems to have like stopped. And you thought it was like that he was listening to you,
Mhm.
but then he kind of like stands up. He turns around to look right at you. And it's not really Grady that's looking at you.
Okay.
And he just looks almost through you. And he's kind of sneering at you. And I know you want to say something. Go for it. Okay. And he's kind of like very like derisively, like looking at you like you're a piece of shit. And he says, thou hast the mark of the black man upon ye. Repent, ye wicked, repent in despair.
That was not on my resume. And kind of slowly starts backing up.
Thou shalt be cast into a lake of fire to burn for all eternity.
Did you get your phone? And
he's like, yeah, he starts chasing you.
Yeah, off I run.
Roll me a speed roll. Minus
but-
one because you got to pull
With
muscle.
your bum leg.
With your bum leg.
Oh,
There goes. Oh my God, I rolled 2 4s.
thank
Critical.
God.
Hell yeah.
Thank
You
God.
fucking smoked this dude. Okay, so
You do
You
that
take
thing
off-
again where you get the cold sweats and you fucking
yeah, you feel that pain again, or that feeling, that fear that drives you through the pain, and you just book it. I mean, he's after you though. He's running after you,
Yeah.
and faster than soft university doughy white boy should be able to.
Yeah. And,
But
like, that's
as
the
you
thing
like,
is,
yeah,
I'm always running from them, but they're
you know
always right behind.
not to look back. But this time you break that rule and you look back and you swear as you look back, you see like as you run out of the building, out of his building, you see like this female form again wearing like she looks like she's wearing a dress, but with like one of those like a bonnet almost over her head.
Okay.
And just kind of like trips him and he falls and you're able to like get back.
Okay.
And by the
interesting.
way, you have 7 dice now.
Actually, I'm going to choose a separate critical effect where I'm just going to
Okay.
get rid of -1.
All right, so yeah, your leg somehow the running was good for it and it loosens it back up.
Yeah, loosens me right back up.
So you guys
untore the
little
tendon.
First aid, you know?
Yeah, you guys are like arguing about going to get the horses and take it away. Dude, Tevin just busts ass into where you guys are. You had to do this in the dark, by the way, because I picture you not having left your flashlight. But actually, you can have it because you rolled force. You're good.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
got his headlamp.
Yeah, I had my
Yeah,
little.
you had your douchey runner's headlight. Yeah, never mind.
That's right.
Go for it.
And I catch up to all of you, and I'm just like, Grady is not Grady. Grady's gone. He got tripped by a ghost girl, and he knew something not important.
Close, lock the fucking door.
Closes and locks the door, and he's just like, I don't know how to handle this level of spiritual disconnect. I'm used to
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so slow down. Tell me the story again.
Control your breathing, Tevin.
He looks at Pete, and he's just like,
I'm just like,
in my classes. Okay. And he's like hyperventilating, but he says he catches up for a second and he says, I went with Grady to his room to get his phone, and he was more worried about calling corporate, and I told him we had to call 911, and he was looking through his things, and he stopped at one point. He just turned around, and it didn't look like him anymore. He wasn't carrying himself the same way. Again, I'm good with energies, totally different, like something absolutely different than Grady. And he said some weird things to me about being marked with so I don't know. Basically, he not entirely wrong, but it doesn't matter. He started chasing me, and I was running, and I never look over my shoulder, but I looked over my shoulder, and that girl with the thing on her head and the dress, just I think she tripped him. I don't know. She intervened or
Tevin, hold on a second. You said that he said you were marked and that he wasn't entirely wrong. Can you elaborate on that?
I mean, it's kind of
Anyone who wants to. I don't care who.
Always.
Someone give me a weird roll.
Go for it, Carrie.
4. Not a critical, but a 4.
A 4 is a crit. Oh no, two is
Yeah.
together is a crit. You only have 1. All right. So still a full success. Okay. As Pete is saying that, you look you're looking around the room, and it's like the dark room. It's only lit by Tevin's headlamp that's kind of like whipping back and forth, and your own flashlight. You're not alone in the room.
Who else is? She pointed at where she sees someone.
A woman dressed in a very, very old style dress, like a black dress with like white trim and a white bonnet.
Like
She
a
looks
very
like a traditional pilgrim. She looks wet, very wet. There's like seaweed, like not seaweed, but like pondweed and stuff like hanging off of her, and gray with like bloated, like she drowned. But she's standing there watching you guys. She locks eyes with you.
Yeah, Tevin just stops his headlamp right on her, and he sharts.
Carbo load.
I cannot believe.
He got there.
We got it. You landed it. So she locks eyes with you, Carrie, and thou must before he catches you.
Hi. Okay. How? None of us have a car. How do we?
Thou must
Grady
run
had it.
before he catches you.
Who? Before
Grab
who?
the horses.
The Inquisitor, thou must run. Bam. Slash. like crash on the glass outside. You just hear bam, and it's Grady just like pounding on the glass door, looking in at you guys. And all of you see him now, and yeah, it is not Grady. And he just bam on the glass. There is nothing that keeps the wicked men at any one moment out of hell but the mere pleasure of God. Wham! Slams on the door. Again, there is no want of power in God to cast wicked men to hell at any moment. Wham! And he continues on that vein. What do you do?
I'm gonna say we should go get the horses.
I can't fucking believe I'm agreeing with you, Pete. Let's get out the back way. And your horse is cool being ridden without a saddle? You know what? We're gonna fucking find out.
When the bang on the window happens, and obviously Tevin's headlamp goes that way, and then goes back, is the pilgrim woman gone?
She's gone, but the ground looks a little wet where she was standing.
Okay.
Okay. To the horses. I've got my frying pan. I say, everybody grab a weapon if there's any around, knife or something.
Yeah, Carrie grabs a fucking knife.
What room are we in right now?
The office. I think you guys were
Yeah,
in,
the
right?
office.
The main office
Yeah,
area.
the kitchen is there though, so you can.
It's
Let her open
connected.
Give me
A
who has
swing
the
liner.
lowest. We're gonna call luck weird luck as well. Who has the lowest weird score here?
I have a
Think
2.
Eli.
Never mind.
I think Pete does have the lowest.
I have a 2. Is that
Yeah.
the lowest?
Roll me,
Yep.
roll me weird, Pete.
Okay.
It
A
does.
1 and a
say-
2.
I do
Okay.
just want to say it does say something in the book about like items, and it says like regular things should just be there, but if it's important, like the GM can make whatever call they want. So
Mhm.
weird.
So the call I'm making right now is this is the main office building. You locked one door. I want to see if you locked others because you have to go to the kitchen to get a knife. So a 2 is. I'm going to give you. A 2 is technically a no. So you run. You guys are like to the kitchen, and you get to the kitchen, and guess who's there in the kitchen with a knife
Mitch
now?
McConnell.
Yeah.
Yep, it's like no, Mitch is dead. It's Gary
Grady.
Grady.
Grady with a
Grady,
knife.
Grady
in the
is
kitchen.
walking there
In
and he
the
grabs a knife. And he's
Fuck
like,
it.
say
No
to
knife,
thee,
no
if
knife,
thy
no
eye
knife.
offends thee, thou must cut it out. If thy hand offends thee, thou must cut it off.
She's not
And
even
he's coming
listening.
for you guys.
They're running.
You go the other way. All right, give me all speed rolls to see how you do to get away
We're
from.
just Scooby
And
doing.
you're
doing it.
Scooby.
Yes,
You're Scoobying away
Scooby
from this
doing
guy.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And we're about to get all our horses.
I just rolled terrible.
Oh no!
My
3?
height is 2.
2.
I got-
Okay.
I got a critical success.
Okay.
Ken?
1 and a 2.
Okay.
Oh my god, guys.
So we have 6 bonus dice. I think you guys can grab some of them to roll to see if you do better than a 1 and a 2 if you
Yes.
want.
Please.
I will
I'm
grab
gonna
a
technically that's the
bonus
teamwork.
die.
So, but I guess we're all in this together, right? That's
Yeah, you're
fair.
all in it together. Yeah.
Are you both rolling them? Please?
Yeah, it's
Hold on one sec. If I roll I guess we're not in a conflict, huh?
No.
Ken?
Another 1.
Okay.
At least
I'm
I
gonna
got
use.
3.
Can I use my critical to give Eli a +1 to the next die roll, so it's not a critical failure?
Actually, on a critical success, you or an ally get +1 to the next roll.
Right. So I'm gonna give it
Fair.
to Eli.
You can give it to Eli. That's fair.
Yeah. It's still a failure, but it's not a critical failure. So.
Well, it adds a die, so he has to get to roll one more d4.
Oh.
See,
Okay.
there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Okay. That's a 3.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's
Okay.
3.
So we have everyone at what do we have then? Critical success 3s. We got all
3.
3s. Okay.
3s.
So there are drawbacks to us.
There are some drawbacks. So
I will definitely say Eli had stumbled his way forward. He is behind the pack.
So what I'm going to say is, so you go into the kitchen to get the knife. He's there. He starts spouting that like biblical stuff at you. I always seem to wind up quoting the Bible, which is
I do
odd.
mafia. You do
Catholic,
cooking.
very Catholic of you.
It's so strange.
Christian,
But
I'm back to our Catholic school roots.
we are. So you like Pete, you're just like, I'm a runner, and you're like, phew, you're just gone, and like don't even need a light. You're just gone. Everyone else kind of like runs, but does like the Scooby thing where they like jam in the door. Because of that, like you guys, Carrie and Tevin kind of like bang your shoulders on the door a little bit, get a little banged up. Eli, you're the last one through. He's coming at you, but he's moving a little stiff and slowly, like a slasher in a slasher movie. And he manages to like slash a knife at you just as you get out the door, but you feel like a little on your back. But you get out past him. And you're running past the doorway. I'll even say you even get a chance, like you get a chance, like slam the door in his face, and like he's going to be able to get through it because it's locked. But it buys you time, and you book it. So you run to the horses. He gets out. He's walking across the thing towards you because he's a slasher movie guy, and all the time spouting more and more of this whatever sermon he's yelling. So it's easy to keep track of where he is. But as you run, your light's flashing around again, and you see Alice
Where?
off to the side.
She's still running towards the horses, and she just really quietly says, I'm so sorry, Alice. Can you help me?
Roll me. Tarot card, one or the other.
Ooh, obviously tarot card. Come on,
Man.
Sarah.
Yeah, that just popped in my head.
Any
I-
fucking chance to
I
use
think
these
it-
bad
yeah.
boys.
We're gonna have to go back and Pine Island 2E.
Yeah, alternate
Tarot.
tarot rules. But honestly, the rule is just a paragraph. It's like have someone draw a tarot card and do something fucking cool that goes
Do
along
some
with it.
cool interpretation
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
But we'll wait till we have all the Wyoming people buying this RPG, and then we'll just change that one thing and resubmit it for extra sales.
I do think I do think as we all run by, it definitely makes sense that like
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. All right, hold on. It's the Eight of Pentacles. Surely has some art.
Which
Yeah.
I think is good, actually, because pentacles are earth, which are abundance. And the 8, I think, is a good number because usually round numbers are good in the tarot. I'm not sure, though.
Eight of Pentacles. The first fucking sentence. Mind has a positive effect on body. That's literally the first fucking sentence. There's other stuff that doesn't quite fit, right? It's like wealth can be obtained by solid logical action, but the first fucking sentence, mind has a positive effect on body. Also, this is the art for my Eight of Pentacles, which is why I laughed.
It is Marv.
The
Hey.
pentacles in this set are weirdly a lot of muscle men, and it's really creepy.
That's strange.
Like the Two of Pentacles
Pentacles.
is the weirdest card in this deck. I'll find it later and send you guys a picture
Because
of it. But, like,
pentacles in the classical one are typically women, because it's earth. It's the earth. Pentacles are the earth aligned, earth element of the tarot suits. But anyway, you learn these things when you're a lich.
Checks out.
weird muscle
So,
man.
so mind has a positive effect on body. She sees you and her head like snaps like at an odd angle because it's hanging wide because her neck is broken. And she's like, you have to run. You have to get out of here. I didn't run. And he's coming after you. He sees her and stops and is kind of like, what did you roll on your weird roll? Just out of curiosity.
Highest I got was a 3.
3 is to your benefit. He's going after her.
Carrie still feels bad, but she's like, fuck, I know she's dead, but she keeps running.
So you run to the horses.
I'll say if I got there a little quicker, I'll say I started getting the horses ready.
The horses are going fucking crazy. You go in there and you don't need to roll a weird to roll in this. As you get in there, you smell something like very bad smell of burnt flesh and burning.
Nope. I
like a
know it's
burning
not my pie.
and a burnt flesh smell. And the horses are just like going nuts. And as you do this, standing straight in the middle of, as we'll say, Pete, Tevin comes up behind you, his headlight flares in the middle because you do not have a light. There's a figure standing right in the middle of the barn. It's another woman in that similar outfit, but she's burned.
We need to get the horses. No time to think, just time to act.
She looks right at both of you. You have to run. You must run. The rest of you guys get in.
I run right
You
past her.
see
And
her.
get the
She's fucking
horses.
standing there. She's not going anywhere. Yeah. All right. You start grabbing the horses. Everyone else who wants to start help with the horses, I would say probably either a speed or a power roll.
Power.
Hmm.
Speed's only 1. Carry's slow.
Are we each rolling for each of our horses?
Why the
Also,
fuck not? Yeah.
okay.
3.
3? Okay. Okay. You have dice to re-roll if you want.
I got
add
one
to
full.
You're good. All right.
I'll add one more.
Eli got a
Okay.
3.
Okay.
So we're down to 4 then.
4.
down
All
to
right. So
3.
you're down to 3. All right. So I've got
Keep it track.
4 and a 4 for Tevin and Pete, and I've got a 3 and a 3 for Carrie and Eli, right?
Yep.
So Tevin, the power of fear, like Pete, this is just like you're used to this shit. You just jump on a horse and you're like, yeehaw, and the horse rears up and you're like, it's just like Wyoming and you're ready to go.
Fucking Wyoming.
Yeah.
This turns into a commercial for like a
It's
fucking
like
sweet potato
you
brand in
rear
the
up,
back.
and it's like it's like Coast brand sweet potatoes, Coast Farm sweet potatoes. So you rear up, and then the horse is ready to gallop out of there. Tevin, you jump on, and like the power of
We
fear
gotta
compels
hydrate
you.
from Doc.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
the power of fear. Thank you, Doc. Power of fear compels you, and you're just on the horse, and you're just like gonna lash out of there like fucking Ichabod Crane. Eli and Carrie, you have some problems, kind of like getting your horses to heed. And as you do, though, the strange thing is that both of you, like, you see, like the burned woman actually comes over and helps you, Carrie. She like puts a hand on the horse and like tries to calm it, but it's not helping. The horse is like more freaked out by her, but she's trying to help you. But you manage to like wrestle it. Tevin and Pete like book. You guys don't wait. I'm assuming you just kind of book it out right on the horseback.
I would wait for them.
You're muted.
Sorry. I'm gonna get out of the barn, but I'm gonna kind of wait for them around there and try to look and see what I can see based on whatever light is available.
So they struggle, but they manage to get up on their horses. As they come out, you see him come out with the ghost of Alice. He's got her by the hair.
Who comes out with the ghost of Alice?
Grady.
Out of the barn?
Out of he chased her. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If to give a better to regroup and kind of give a thing, you ran into the barn. He was coming after you guys. He veered
Right.
off because he was chasing her. He chased her in between a couple buildings into the dark shadows where you couldn't see her. He's now out holding her by the hair.
I say, let her go, Grady.
The wages
And my
of sin
hand
must be
tightens
death.
around the frying pan.
Carrie would like to try and run this man over with her horse.
Only the lake of fire awaits those who stray from the light of Christ. And he like forces the ghost down to his knees. Yeah.
Carrie would like to try and run this man over with
Sure.
her horse.
Speed, I guess.
Fuck! Alright! I only have 1 die for this.
You can roll. Hey, Sarah, you can roll a die, or you can draw a tarot card.
Make it get a sword. Get a sword. Or like
It's a Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
Sarah
or
just
like
gets
death.
kicked in the
Death.
head by the horse,
old death.
which spurs me into action.
Other people can react too. I'm just gonna let. I'm gonna
I was
let
gonna
Carrie
say
do it
that I'm
first.
tempted
Yeah.
to try. Ooh. Yeah, I want to help. I just don't know.
Alright, I can't
Another
show this.
muscly naked man.
Well, fully naked, also with a naked. It's the lovers, and I cannot show this on stream.
What?
There is. I will send a picture to Chad. There is full
Graphic.
frontal.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Arf.
So this is interesting. The way it's interpreted here is beginning to see a greater view of all, both creation and personal spirit.
You see it. You see it in the spirit.
The way that it's depicted on the card is a naked dude holding hands with a naked lady, and behind them is like this golden yellow
It's usually the sun.
spirit. It's like a sun
Mhm.
spirit with like
Mhm.
long hair, wearing this like robe thing,
Mhm.
looking down on them.
The
with, like,
lights
their
come back
hands
on.
out.
The lights come back on.
No, you realize as you're charging the horse at him, you're looking at Grady, and like Alice is a spirit. Like, you know, her body is like
Yeah.
somewhere, right? But you're looking at Grady, and you can see like this hat that's not on his head. Like, he's almost like someone else is superimposed over him, right? And you see like this hat that's like a pilgrim type hat and a long flowing cloak on his shoulders and such like. So you have that information as you're riding at him. Now you can decide what else if you want to do. And I'm going to give you a chance, and I'll go through everyone else too. But only Carrie has that information because you're able to. You saw some ghosts. You saw the spirit.
She is going to, at the last second, veer off and just yell, "He's fucking possessed!" I'm gonna send this to the group chat so you guys can
I
see
think-
the bullshit.
I think Tevin is like. I think Tevin's like. I think we can all agree that there's some really, really bad energies here, and Grady, I know deep in there. Can you just take a deep breath? He's just like, we need to realign your chakras, Grady. Grady, I know you're in there. You're all out of balance. You're out of whack.
I think
Force it out. Reassert yourself.
just starts quoting the inspirational like posters around offices and
Get
shit.
in there!
I'm just like, manifest it. I'm the secreting him.
So give me a weird roll.
Okay. I got a 1, a 2, and a 4. Let's
Oh, thank
go.
God.
Let's go. I'm getting through. I'm getting through to this man.
So
I say, remember
he's
the
like-
powerhouse
no.
corporate man you are.
no, you remember he had a knife, right? So he's like he has the spirit somehow of Alice in his hands, and he's
Can
like
I say, what would corporate think of this, Grady?
that. You're not getting through until you say that, and he's like. He kind of looks at you for a minute, and you get through to him, and he's like, "What? Help me!" And then he's gone again. You got through for a brief minute, then he's gone again. As you ride by, Doc Void wants you to get shanked, so I'm going to say he does take a slash at you, but you stay a little too far away from him for that to happen. Troy, Pete, I'll give Pete a turn. What do you want to have happen?
Yeah.
What do you want to try to do?
Pete's gonna try to capitalize on this moment and just hit him from horseback with this frying pan.
Whale him with a frying pan. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
On this moment of clarity.
Okay.
So power, speed,
Power.
power.
Well, are you
okay.
doing a ride by on the horse, like cavalry charge and whaling him?
I mean, they're both the same for me. They're both a 3. So
Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
Drive by fry pan.
power of sweet potatoes.
The power of sweet potatoes compels you.
All right, I got a single 4.
Okay, that'll do it. Eli, what did you want to do?
I think that it's taken Eli way too long to get onto this horse. Like, he may be up, but he's like kind of like Superman straddling this horse. He's not fully up there yet.
Fair. Okay. So you're just controlling your horse, basically.
Yep.
Okay. Fair. All right. So you're watching this unfold. Pete is like applies his Wyoming horsemanship and is like, "Weehaw!" and rides by and just like pancakes this man's face with a frying pan. And you all hear just like clong, this like sickening metal sound of a heavy metal frying pan repelling off his skull. And like the spirit of Alice, like he lets go and he kind of like falls back, like Grady is just like falls back flat on his back. The knife skitters out of his hand. He's just laying flat on his back. The spirit of Alice is let go. And all of a sudden she's like, thank you, and runs off. And as she runs, she kind of like disappears. She runs towards this group of women. You see 4 women. They're all dressed in that colonial outfit. One is dripping wet. One is burned. Another one has like a broken neck. And the third one looks like strangely smushed, as I guess the way I can put it. She looks really flat. But Alice runs to them and they all kind of welcome her and seem to go somewhere, disappear together. You ride by on the horse because you have to keep moving. So it's like a cavalry charge and you wail them. And
precisely.
he falls down. His head, you hear his neck break as his head like cracks back and he flops on the ground. And then you watch, all of you kind of like watch, like just holding your breath because Grady is dead and oh my God, what's corporate going to think? And you see the body kind of like raise back up. Yes, Rainey.
Oh no, I was gonna say, is he dead or did Pete just reset him the way Pete got reset with the horse hoof?
Right.
And he just sits up
Now he's really good at running.
and he stands up slowly.
One of us.
His head neck kind of lolling on his head, but he looks at you all again. And I have to get another quote from this thing I'm reading.
I'm like, oh, come on.
And he says, they deserve to be cast into hell so that divine justice never stands in the way. It makes no objection against God's using his power at any moment to destroy them.
Time to go, guys.
Yep.
Fucking spur my horse into action and start riding away from this godforsaken place.
Yeah, you. Everybody, give me a speed roll just to see how you do.
Man, I've rolled very good this whole game. In my defense, I've been rolling like my stats with 3s. Well, I guess I did good with weird too, but I got 2 4s.
You got we got at least 1 or 2 of those extra die carry.
I'll use it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
help you.
Yeah, right. And everyone else actually has a help can help too. No one's used that.
I did just roll 2 4s, Sarah. So I'll give you a 1 more dice roll.
Back to 1.
Okay, well, here's what
So
you got, Sarah.
2 is your highest.
I'll
Then.
take it too.
Okay.
Sarah, what was your goal for the session?
To see a ghost. Oh yeah, she succeeded.
She achieved a fucking goal.
You get a +1 to a die. Any roll.
Go for it.
+1
Go
die.
for it.
buddy.
1 more. Come on, Sarah. This one counts. How did you do, Eli?
I got a 3.
Okay. You're good.
Eli's got a 1 the whole time. He's just rocking the 1.
He's like, I'm dead. Wow.
Damn it. All right, a 2.
It was
Wow.
meant to be. It was
The
meant
fates
to
have
be.
decreed.
So we've got this is unbelievable though. So we've got Pete, you're off and running. Levi got a 3. Eli, so you run, but like you get some saddle sores because you
Yeah.
run, but your horse Brett's off.
Superman it.
Tevin takes
Not
off
Christopher
riding.
Reeve, Supermaning.
Carrie, you're riding, and you lose control of the horse, and the horse takes you off into the woods. So
Uh-oh.
you lose everybody else. You split off from the group. And you're just like branches are whipping against you. It's dark. You lose your flashlight, so you can't even see anything but for the light of the moon. And this horse is just running deep into the woods, deep into the woods. And eventually it stops and throws you right off. You land, fortunately, it's a soft landing on some moss, and it takes you a while to reorient yourself. And you're like, where am I? And you're kind of looking around, and you're in this little hollow. And in the little hollow, there's like a very old little hut of some sort. And someone walks out of the hut.
Who is it?
It's a very withered, old-looking woman. She walks right up to you. She reaches out a very old, withered hand to help you up, if you'd like.
She takes it.
She helps you up.
Where am I?
You're at my home, dearie. I brought you here to be safe because you released my girls.
The women I saw?
That's right.
Is Alice with them now? Is she okay?
She'll be fine. But come on in. I've got so much to show you.
Then she'll go with her.
Happy Halloween. We'll stop there.
Good game. Good session.
Yeah.
Alice
Shit.
becomes a full-time spooky bitch.
Yeah, buddy.
I wanted to kill someone, but you all rolled so well. And
yeah.
then,
I
like,
wish you just killed Tevin, to be honest.
yeah, no, but I'm not going to just arbitrarily do it. If you biffed your roll trying to talk to him, he was just going to stab you, but you didn't. So, yeah. And then the witch thing at the end was just totally made up. But so the backstory was that there was like a Puritan settlement there with a witch hunt, and so the other women got killed. All that was like put to sleep until Alice's suicide like reawakened the spirits.
Yep.
Mm.
Wrongful. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them actually being witches though. Like, and they're actually being a witch in the woods. That was just because you rolled a one. And I was like, yeah, we'll roll with that because I have to have some sort of good ending. So, yeah.
The
I love
final
it.
girl in a totally different
Yeah.
way.
Because the idea, it
different
came
way.
to me like two ways because I was like, I kind of want to do a witch thing. And then I watched that video on the, on like these like fucking places where they just like kidnap kids and take them and fucking reprogram them. And I'm just like,
That's messed up.
it's like the parallel
seen a
of
lot
that,
about
the
those.
parallel of that with like basically like being punished for not fitting into society. It hasn't
Right.
really changed. It's actually become an industry now, which is even more fucked up.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, there you go. There's your session.
Mm.
Fuck. Yeah.
Good run, Christian.
Thank you.
Kristen,
forever-
I do love that we have like nailed down. Like there will always be mafia in my games. There will always be. So,
And I'll always be. So what I was quoting was
dark scriptures.
a puritanical the puritanical sermon called "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God" by Reverend Jonathan Edwards, 1741. It's a very
Oh,
famous
The
one.
old John Edwards.
I've
Yup,
heard of
and
this.
then the thing that Mitch said right before he jumped off the cliff was their foot shall slide in due time, which is Deuteronomy 32:35. That is the verse that threatens the vengeance of God on the unbelieving.
Isn't John Edwards also a psychic medium? Didn't he have a TV show? Isn't
Yeah,
that
there
the
was a guy, John Edwards. Yeah, and
What a
the
weird
the
coincidence.
isn't that weird? Yeah,
That's such a weird coincidence. What was that? Crossing Over? That was that guy, right? John Edwards.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Like that's so weird that parallel. Anyway,
Fuck.
Good session.
Shit, boys.
thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I like witches.
Oh, fuck.
and
yeah.
now what you've done is you've set up. Next time someone runs Pine Island, we have a spooky witch in the woods, and it's Carrie.
And it's Carrie.
And
Yep.
corporate's fucking pissed.
Corporate's like,
And how does
corporate's like,
corporate feel about that?
nobody is that. You guys just ride out of the woods on horses, like.
They're most upset that the horses are missing. They're like,
Yeah.
dead people,
Do you know
those are
what we
replaceable.
spent on those horses?
cost money.
Yeah.
They get there. There's a rented Jeep that has not been safely returned. There is
A
a
guy with his
corpse
face
that got
fucking
The late
smashed
fees
in.
on
trampled
that.
by a horse.
Yeah, these reporters are gonna have a blast.
4 horses are
Totally.
gone. There's 2 dead men.
Well,
The building's on
conceivably, you
fire
guys,
'cause the
you
oven's
guys would
kicked
meet
back
the
on and
rest
the
of you
pie
guys
is
would
just-
meet the police coming out, right? So you would meet the emergency services. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
That Carrie
Yeah,
called
but-
for Mitch. Oh my god, yeah. So you guys are just like, our friend's gone. There's
Carrie
2
just
dead
disappears and is never heard from again.
men. Yup.
Yep.
Yeah. Tevin and I are like, we can run to civilization. It's only 40 miles. And
Yeah.
Eli's just like, fucking kill me.
Eli doesn't deserve this. He's fucking 19.
Yeah.
Me too.
He's
Hey.
like, what the fuck? You can't-
Literally, Eli was just like, it's like, I need a summer job. Hey, I'm moderately good at like percussive maintenance.
Yeah.
Because that was his way of fixing things, by the way, was just like
Tap,
And-
tap.
tap, tap, and it usually works.
Turn it off, turn it
Yeah,
on again.
turn it off, turn it back on.
Unplug it.
Unplug, replug.
You're
Nice.
like the guy. You're like the guy from Clerks. You're just like, I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's awesome.
Or though, to be perfectly honest, Eli is very much like the I wanted to
Yeah.
be here today because money.
Right.
Right. Pay me.
Not worth
Fucking
it.
pay me.
Not worth it.
Yeah,
This
so
was
that's
not
you're right,
worth it.
Rainey. We have our types. Your type is the mob, and my type is quoting the Bible. Apparently,
It works. It works.
it does.
Let it be known I did not select to have a gun for this game.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
And you know, I
Let
would
it
have
be
given
known.
you one because I would have been like Maine. Yeah, that
the one you
a
could have
guy-
got away with.
a guy from Wyoming living in Maine would definitely have a gun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cowboy gun.
Yep.
Get that holster chafe after the 30-mile mark.
A little bit. So-
Fuck. All right.
Pine Island is free still. It'll be free till at least Halloween, but more than likely beyond that because I won't remember to go in and make it $3 again. So in the meantime, check it out, download it, play it, let us know what you think.
Heck yeah.
Also, this morning, another podcast dropped. I played Cassidy Mothwin's Carved by the Garden, which is a folk horror solo RPG game. So also involved being lost in the woods. Rainey got to edit it. It was very funny because I thought it was going to be multiple episodes, and then I was like, and I came to the end.
Yeah, it was actually
So,
very funny to edit where you were like,
Yeah.
and that's where we're gonna end session 1. And you were like, let me just do this other thing. Then you're like, you did the wrap up, and then you were like, all right, let's start session 2. We said, let's just see where it goes and see if we can get some stuff done. And then like the first thing he flipped was like, and this is gonna be done. Like, so I was like, how do I edit this? to-
I knew it. I knew when I was done, it just had to be like one episode because I was like, this is, unless you want like a 5-minute second episode, it's over. But it was good. It was really fun.
Yeah, it sounded like honestly, I really liked how the game sounded like it was going.
Yeah.
You just made it to draw pretty poorly and roll. Pretty
At the end, because he kept drawing like one card,
Yeah.
and when you only have one card, it's like okay, well then fuck, I'm fucked. And then when you had to roll, and it's
Yep.
like you roll to get to a certain total because I wasn't using the Jenga, the wooden block tower, but. So you instead of drawing blocks, you roll to get to a total, and I rolled really fast to get to that total. But yeah, it was a really fun game though.
We are the our off weeks from stream have just been the Cassie Mothwin months. It's been
Served though, because she's making some awesome games. So yeah.
she's putting out.
I was just I just told my personal group over the weekend I saw that she had won a creators award for it was by the game Hers, so it was
Okay.
a female creator RPG award.
Yeah.
That's awesome. She deserves it because those are like
Hell
carved.
yeah.
I'm like Carved by the Garden. By the way, like I only have the PDF. I'm getting the physical copy when it fulfills, but it is
Mhm.
gorgeous too. Like absolutely gorgeous book.
I think
yeah.
I'm getting it too, and it things should have shipped by now.
Yeah, she
I think they should.
posted,
You should do a solo run of it too, just to see how different your game is. Because I'm
Yeah.
definitely playing it again. Like it was so much fun. I love that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, download Pine Island, our own game. Unless you're in Wyoming, where it costs you, it's not free for you. It costs you $50 because fuck you.
Leave Wyoming alone, Jesus H.
And yeah,
And now
so
I'm gonna talk.
yeah, go for it. What else we got, Sarah?
We don't have anything else. I was just gonna do our fun little outro.
Go for it.
So thank you all for joining us for a spooky Halloween episode of Pine Island, where Christian tried to kill all of us, and instead I befriended an enemy. Isn't it funny how I
It's
just keep
always
befriending the
fucking
things
happens.
Christian tries to kill me with? Isn't it great?
One of these
If-
days, I'll get you.
If you enjoyed this and you want to catch us when we're live, you can give us a follow here on Twitch. We're live every other Friday at 7 p.m. ish EST. If you missed part of the stream and you want to catch it up, this will be uploaded on YouTube Monday. All of our streams go up on YouTube the following Monday. We are on YouTube and all of the social medias at DMs After Dark. You can follow us there. We post some fun stuff. Jess handles all of our social media chaos, and Rainy makes all the posts, and they're so pretty and beautiful. Go look at them. We are also on all of the podcast apps under DMs After Dark. Contains all of the audio versions of our Twitch streams, all of our solo, duo, mini series, all that fun stuff. We got a great backlog of content that apparently people are still downloading, which is fucking
It's really awesome.
fantastic.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. If you want to email us, you can reach out at dmsafterdark@gmail.com. Questions, comments, complaints, thoughts, sweet potato pie recipes. We'll take it all. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us, for listening and enjoying this chaos. And until next time, bake for 45 to 50 minutes until set. It might be the slightest bit jiggly. It is ready when a butter knife inserted into the center comes out mostly clean, or an internal temperature reaches 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Good night, guys.
Perfect, Sarah.
That's awesome.